All right, what's going on, everybody? David here, Travel Explorer Click Live. So today we're going to talk about the Marriott off-peak and on-peak, the different changes that they're going to have September 14th, and we'll talk about if you guys like it or not. This is one of those things where they're making some changes. Why are they making these changes? I could tell you my opinion of this whole thing, and I will definitely tell you my opinion. I want to know what you guys think too, so please, in the chat, we'll talk about it as soon as we kind of roll this out to people who might not have heard about it. It's very interesting that they did this. I don't know if this was planned. I didn't hear anything about this prior to them making the announcement. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. So let's pull it up real quick. I have some information here. Now, people that are in the room, just let me know you're here just by saying what's up, giving me an indicator that you're in the room so I can give you a shout out. I know it's taken a little bit of time for us to get going, so that's probably we got a few people in the room right now. So thumbs up for the video. Please give the video a like that way, or give the live stream a like. That way we can bring some more people in. Looks like we have a pretty good house right now. We have about 34 people. If you like the video, then they'll promote it out to even more people. That is our goal, to try to pull in as many people as possible so we can share all of our knowledge with the people, especially if you're a beginner and you don't know about travel credit cards, or you on the fence, you've heard about travel credit cards, but you're not sure if this is something that is for you. Well, you're in the right place. This is a channel where we talk about travel reward credit cards, using points to travel, as well as frequent flyer programs and all that stuff. That's what we discuss here. So we'll talk about travel. We'll talk about Chase, the Chase ecosystem, the American Express ecosystem, the Citi ecosystem, Venture Card. We'll talk about all that different stuff. If you guys have a request as far as credit cards are concerned, travel credit cards, just let me know, just in the chat, just let me know that you have a request, and we can pull that card up, and I'll pull up my screen so you guys can see it as I look at the card. All right, let's give some shout outs right now. We have David in the building. What's going on, buddy? I saw that you were in, where are you, man? You're all over the place. I know you just showed your hotel room, and I can't remember where you were. All right, anyway, thank you for stopping by, David. Appreciate it. Braveheart, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man? Brian, what's going on? Will Walker, what's going on? Nate and Jess, thank you guys for stopping by. Let's see, Life for Business, what's up? And Jessica from Nate and Jess, what's going on? And did I say World Walker? World Walker, what's going on, buddy? Anthony, what's going on? First time I've seen you here. Rolo, what's going on? And the Joe Hill Experience, what's going on, man? Life for Business, how you doing? Yeah, everybody's saying about my voice. Yeah, I apologize. I don't know what that is. I'm really gonna have to figure that out because that was just something crazy. I'm like, wow. And I appreciate you guys. That's one thing I really appreciate. One thing among many, but just let me know anytime you hear something wrong, or the video doesn't look right or something. Just let me know, because what I don't want to do, and I've done this in the past, where you do a whole live stream and my voice is like that for the whole live stream, and then I play it back and I'm like, oh my God, I can't. I have to delete this and go start again, because it's just not right. So if you guys hear something, just let me know. Hey, yeah, this is wrong. This is not a Barry White voice. This is like not not appropriate at all. So just let me know. Let's see. Michael, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by. Dolly, how you doing? And thank you for sending me the message there with the voice, because yeah, that was horrible. Let's see here. Altered Illusions, what's going on, buddy? And I hope I don't forget anybody. Nick, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by. Edwin, how you doing? And Ted Williams, what's going on? Okay, here we go. Almost down to the bottom here. Wayne, what's going on? And Edwin, I think I said what's up to Edwin. Why are your messages getting deleted, Edwin? What are you putting out here? Credit card people assemble. Okay, that's nothing bad. I don't know why they didn't let that in. They timed you out too. So Edwin, I apologize. I don't know. Maybe people Okay, so I have this bot, right? This Streamlabs bot, and he watches everything to try to make sure everything is on the up and up. So from time to time, he might do something like that. I don't know why he's doing it. Maybe if you guys can figure it out for me and let me know. There's nothing really I could do right now on the stream, but yeah, he from time to time he will time people out for different things. So yeah, it says foul language. There's no foul language in there. He's thinking something's foul, maybe people. Okay, let's see. Right, let's keep on moving down here. Bobby, what's going on? And Julio, what's going on? Good to see you. Michael, what's going on? Good to see you. I think I'm repeating some names. I'm sorry. I can't remember. When you work your way all the way down, sometimes you can't remember if you said the name already. Corey, what's going on? Christopher, thank you for stopping by. Terrible sound. Yeah, I remember. I know. Giovanni, what's going on? Bobby, I already said what's up to Bobby. And okay, you guys can start checking your points too, just so you know. It's plenty. I think we've been on here a lot longer than 10 minutes. So let's see. All right. I think we're down to the bottom. Yeah, we're down to the bottom. Okay. World Walker, what did you say? Use some foul language, I guess. Saying what? Oh my God. Okay. Let's see here. What did that say? Tim so right. Assuming gender. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. The bot is really active today. So just I can't control him. All I can tell him is watch foul language, and then he will watch foul language, but sometimes he might get confused and think it's foul language when it's really not. Okay, guys, now's a good time to hit the like button so we can bring some more people in. We have about 37 people in the room, 20 likes. So if you could please hit the like button, that will help out the YouTube algorithms, and they'll help bring more people into the show. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to look at okay, where I thought I had the link. Let's see here. I had the link. Now I don't have the link. Okay, let me pull this link up real quick. They sent me an email. I don't even stay at Marriott. I can't remember the last time I stayed at Marriott property, but I did get I'm a member of their their frequent stay program. But they sent me an email just letting me know that everything. I'm sure they send it out to anyone who stays at Marriott. But like I said, I haven't stayed at Marriott in so long. It's interesting that they would send me anything. Okay, let's see. I think I can just pull this. I thought before when I pulled it up, they have some videos on their channel. Yeah, it's not. All right, we're just gonna do it this way. I think if I hit the video, it'll just take me. There you go. Okay, so we're gonna watch. We'll watch the first video, and then I will. Then I'll just send you guys the link. If I can put this link, I think I can put the link in here. Don't leave the live stream now, but later on, if you guys want to watch it, we're going to talk about it today anyway. So we'll discuss it, but I will put the link there. So what you should do is probably just right-click it, open up the link in a different tab. That way you can stay on the show while we're watching this. Let me open this up here and get this going. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about the the Marriott program. So let me kind of set the scene, and then I'll show the video. So what Marriott is, what they're doing now is they have a peak and off peak. Okay, so they're expanding their points, really. I mean, as far as the points that are needed. So when you redeem, you can redeem on an off-peak time, and if you redeem on an off-peak time, it's more, it's less points. It's down to 5,000 now. So they're comparable to Hyatt, right? So now you have 5,000. You can redeem with 5,000 points for like their category 1, like their lowest level there. But it can go from off-peak to standard to peak. And so, like I said, I'm going to give you my overall opinion when what I think about this whole thing. But that's the way that they're doing things now. So now you have different point values depending on what time of year you're going, how busy the hotel is. They're supposed to have some type of algorithm that will decide what how many points each room is. I think it's, yeah, I think it's kind of chaotic, but that's pretty much the plan that they have here. So let's go ahead and listen. Hopefully you guys can hear the audio. Maybe you can't hear the audio because I don't see the audio. Oh, you know what? Audio is not playing.
New opportunity.
Okay, here, let's start this over again.
Hey, it's Jamie. I'm on the Marriott Bonvoy team at Marriott International. I'm here to tell you about new opportunities within the program to use your points for stays at our hotels around the world. Starting September 14th, we'll introduce our long talked about off-peak and peak rates to the standard redemption chart we have today. The updated chart will be based on demand. So when a hotel is less busy, you'll be able to redeem for fewer points when booking your award stay. If your dates aren't as flexible during certain times of year, you might have to redeem more points for your stay. Cash in points is a great option because it allows you to lock in your rate if you don't have the full amount of points required for the stay. When available, you can book your hotel using a fixed cash rate per category, and the points required for your stay will be based on off-peak, standard, or peak rates. For the best deals, my tip to you is to be creative with your travel planning. Even the most popular hotels will offer off-peak redemption rates during certain times of year. If you're planning travel to a popular destination and are concerned the hotel will be in peak, book today to guarantee you've locked in the standard redemption rate. If you need more information, check out our other videos or head to our FAQ.
All right, so that is their video. That is their launch of this new new setup. So let me just let me come back to the screen here and give you guys my opinion. I think it's bad. I think it's the majority of it's bad, and it's weird because I think it's one of those things where to save face they had an off peak and a peak, and then they've always had the standard, so the standard's been the way that it's been this whole time, and so I think what they wanted to do probably is to just have peak. So you have standard and peak, but I'm sure they sat together, their little round table, and they said, well, we can't just go from standard to peak because it's going to really look like a huge devaluation. So I think they said, well, let's put this off peak in there, and we'll allow a few people to benefit from this off peak, but then we're going to offset it with peak. And we'll have more, the push is going to be more towards the peak, and then the off peak is I mean, you'll get really lucky if you get a hotel, or if you book a hotel room and you get the off peak. For the most part, it's going to probably be standard and peak. So it's a way for them to devalue the point value, or devalue the point, devalue the points when it comes to booking or staying at Marriott, but also saying, well, we still have off peak, so you guys can make out. It's like hitting the lottery. To say you can win a lot of money, but you very rarely will win a lot of money. So I think that's kind of the way they wanted to do it, and they needed to have an off peak, because if you just have a peak, then people are going to look at it and be like, wow, they just raised all the points. So that's my opinion when it comes down to it. And so you saw they put up the chart there, and basically, let's see if I can go back to the chart that they showed here without showing the video. I think that was, yeah, here we go. All right, let me pull up the chart. So they have the chart here, pretty much telling you the different categories that they have. So category 1, yes, category 1, 5,000 points. Hyatt has the same thing, category 1, 5,000. That's for off-peak. So how many off-peaks are they really going to have available? That is my question, and I'm really thinking they're not going to be very many available. I think we're going to be looking at the standard, and we're going to be looking at the peak. Those that's where it's going to be. And look at, so off peak is 5,000, peak is 10,000, so it's going to be twice as much. And then the standard 7,500. I think this is a good opportunity for them, Marriott as a business, to really look at the numbers, and that's how they're going to determine. It's not going to. It's probably not going to have anything to do with if the hotel's overbooked or booked, full or empty. I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think they're going to strictly look at their bottom line, and they're going to say, hey, you know what? We need this property needs to, we need to make it harder for people to use points here for whatever reason. Maybe they need to make more money cash-wise. They want more people to use cash to stay. I don't know. I'm just thinking off the top of my head, but I think certain hotels are going to make it harder for you to book there. So you're gonna need to use more points. And the way they do that, just by saying, oh yeah, you know what, it's peak time right now. We have too many people who are utilizing the off peak right now, or the standard. So this is a way for them to jump to making it so you have to use more points to stay there. That's my opinion. That's the way I think about it. So this is their setup here, and this is another thing too that I've always talked about when it comes to staying in different properties, different companies, I should say. So Hyatt compared to Marriott. People ask all the time, well, what's the difference? A hotel room's a hotel room. Well, the point value, the points are a little bit different the way they're set up in categories. You are going to spend a lot more points, especially if you're staying in some of the real nice properties down here. With Hyatt, I can stay at like a Grand Hyatt, 25,000 points. I think Hyatt's highest is 30,000. Let's see here. Let's see. Just want to see. Let's see here. Yeah, I just want to see the point layout. Of course, this isn't what I'm looking for. I think it was probably the first one there. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, so 40,000. 40,000 is the most. These are suites here, so these are the standard rooms. And how are they doing this? Okay, so standard rooms. All right. So you see these here, but these are for suites. Those are the points that you need for suites. So looking at the category, they have 8 categories just like Marriott, but you can see that the points are different, right? So you start at 5,000. I'm looking at I'm looking at off peak, right? So the standard for Hyatt is better than the off peak for Marriott. So that should tell you something right there. So the whole thing is, if you're in the Chase ecosystem, you have an opportunity to use Marriott, IHG, and Hyatt. Okay, they're transfer partners. You can transfer your points directly to them. But when you start to really look at the numbers, and this is the reason why I really like Hyatt, and I always push Hyatt, is for one, the rooms are nice, and they're comparable to anything that Marriott has as far as rooms, in my opinion. But the points, you don't need as many points. So like I said, we're just looking at off-peak here, 5,000 points, right? So off-peak category 1, 5,000 points. So it's the same. Now that is standard. That is just, regular room any night. If you're booking a regular category 1 room, that's what it's going to be. And then you move up to category 2, it's going to be 10,000. For Hyatt, category 2 is going to be 8,000. And then we look at category 3 is going to be 15,000, and category 3 is 12,000 for Hyatt. And we'll just move on down the list. Might as well, right? We got time. Category 4, 20,000 for Marriott. Category 4, 15,000 for Hyatt. And then we move down to category 5's 30,000. Category 5 is 20,000 for Hyatt. Category 6 is 40,000, and category 6 is 25,000 for Hyatt. And then category 7 is 50,000, and category 7 is 30,000 for Hyatt. So you see there's a huge gap there. So we're looking at 20,000 points, a 20,000 point difference. And then
will be
category
based
8
on
is
demand.
70.
So
Oh, sorry, started that. Category 8 is 70, and then a category 8 is 40,000. So you cap out at 40,000 with Hyatt. So the best property, if you want to stay in a standard room, that's how much it will be, 40,000. Now you compare that to, and then we're looking at all off-peak, right? And I already can tell you there's not going to be very many off-peak that are going to be available. And I think they'll roll it out that way. They might, they might roll it out and give a few people some off-peak, but I think eventually it's going to get to the point where off-peak is not even, it's a ghost. It's nothing, like it's not going to be available. It's always going to be standard. It's always going to be standard or peak. That's pretty much the way it'll probably roll out. But so looking at the standard layout, you see that. So you can stay at a category 8. It will cost you 85,000 points for one night. Category 8, of course, it's a luxury hotel. But comparing that to Hyatt, I mean, we're looking at 40,000 for a category 8. Hyatt has comparable properties. They don't have as many, but they have comparable properties. So it's not a matter of, oh, well, Hyatt, their properties aren't nice, and they have some really nice properties. So we're saying 40,000. So for 2 nights at a Hyatt, category 8 is the same, is less, really less than staying at a one night at a Marriott, okay? And that's standard. That is standard. Now, if you happen to go during a holiday season or their peak, whatever they're considering their peak time is, peak, I'm sure, would be summer. So if you're looking at that, category 8, 100,000 points. 100,000 points is what you'll need, which to me is crazy. How many? So if you want to stay 5 nights and you want to use points in a category 8, 500,000 points, that is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of show you guys that. Let's get back into just talking about the program, though, the Bonvoy program. So yeah, I think I want to know what you guys think when it comes down to it, but I think it's just a play. They have this off peak here. It's not really going to be available. You'll have standards that are available, and then you're going to have the peak that are available. And people are going to probably feel like, oh, wow, I got it for standard. And they're probably going to think, you know, in your head, you're probably thinking, oh, well, I made it. I got a deal because I don't have to pay peak. So, yeah, it's just, it's interesting how they're doing this. They do have the points plus cash option, which I like. I've always liked points plus cash. I think it's a good setup. I like Marriott's setup better than Hyatt's setup because Hyatt changed their whole plan. Marriott now has, we can pull that one up as well. So Marriott now has, or not now has, but they have the points plus cash. The cash is a standard rate. It does not change. Hyatt used to have that. They used to have the standard rate that didn't change, but now they've gone to, it's half the price, so 50% off of whatever that room is going for that night, which I don't like because the beauty of the points plus cash, the way they used to have it, it was set just like this. It was like $55. I think it started at 50. So for category 1, it was $50, and it went up to category 2 was like $55, and then you used a certain amount of points. But now Hyatt has changed that, which I don't like that, and I don't use it very often anymore. I used to use it a lot more, but now I'll either go straight points or I'll just pay for the room. So looking at Marriott, the $55, and then off peak it's $1,500, that's really good, and then standard's $3,500, which still isn't bad, and then you go up to peak which is $4,500. But when you're looking at it, you do have to kind of think about this too. And I know I'm saying, well, it isn't bad, but realistically, so my off peak, and I always do the math in my head. So $55. 1 cent per point, if I'm looking at it like that, if it's 1 cent per point, that's 5,500 points, right? So I'm already paying that with this. So the way I'm looking at it is like if it's a free night, I'm paying $55 cash, and then in addition to that, I have to put 1,500 points up. Well, if I look at just using points, it's going to be 5,000 points for off peak. So it'll be less value than what they're putting here. The value here is what, 60, 70, the value here is 7,000 points. If I looked at it just point value. So I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. So $55 plus 1,500 points. If you combine that, you get 7,000 points. If you're combining the points and the cash, and you're saying that each point is 1 cent per point. So that's how I kind of look at that. So really, it's not a good value to do it that way. But if you're in a bind, or if you, like when I stay with friends, sometimes I'll tell them, hey, look, we can do. Well, I don't even tell them points plus cash. I'll take care of the room is what I tell them, and then they pay me the cash, and I use my points, and that's how I do sometimes. So I tell them, though. I have a buddy that I travel with a lot, and I'll tell him, hey, yeah, this is I'm using points for my stay. So that's pretty much what I tell them. All right. Let me know if this gets too loud. I'm just trying to change the audio just a little bit. It seems like it's a little low. So if that's really bad, let me know. Okay. All right. So then there it is. Points plus cash. It goes down to category 8, where you can pay $440. $440 plus 27,000 points. That's off peak. The $440 plus 57,500. That would be a peak, and then standard 42,500. So still a lot of points. I mean, a lot of points still. That's that's very interesting, the way they have that all set up. So yeah, you're still going to use a lot of points. All right. I think that's all I wanted to really talk about. The other thing is that they mentioned is the fact that you can do the layaway, I guess you can call it. I don't know how else to call it, but yeah, they have like a layaway program where I can reserve my room without all my points. So let's say I want to stay in a room. It's off peak. It's only 5,000. It's a category 1, and I say, I only have 2,500 points in my account, so I can hold that room. So I can book it, hold the room, and then when I get the additional 2,500 points, I can transfer those points over and complete my booking. But the only problem is if that goes from off peak to standard or to peak, well, then I have to pay that difference. So I still have to pay those points up. So you're not freezing it, you're just holding it. So it doesn't mean that the points freeze. Like, let's say I get it off peak time and I get my down payment in there, right? I put my points in there. It doesn't mean anything if it changes. So if it does change, you're going to have to pay. So if it goes from if it goes from off peak to peak, then guess what? You're going to have to come out of the pocket. If you only put 2,500, you're going to have to come out of the pocket another 7,500 in order to book that room. I said 7,500. Yeah, 7,500. That's right. Or 7,500. Yeah. What am I thinking? Yeah, same thing. All right. Okay, so you guys, what do you think? Put it down in the comment section. I know there's been a lot of chatter going on. I haven't been able to look at it because I've been talking. So we'll take a look at it right now. But let me know what you guys think about this whole thing. Do you think this is a good thing? What is your take on this whole situation? So we'll go over some of the stuff now. If you have questions specifically for me, just put @TEC, and then I'll make sure that I address those questions. For those of you guys don't know, for those of you guys who are new here, we have a point system now. So the last Saturday of every month, we're going to do a giveaway, and in order to buy the raffle tickets for the giveaway, and when I say buy, you're using the points, and these points it's not actual money, so it's like points that you earn just by watching the show and by being in the chat, just chatting and stuff like that. So the way the points work, and you've probably seen some people on here typing exclamation point points, and then the Streamlabs bot will open up and it'll say how many points that they have. So basically every 10 minutes you'll get 10 points. So that's what they're doing. They're just checking their points. You can only check your points every 10 minutes. So if you do try to check your points and they tell you what your points are, you're going to have to wait at least 10 minutes in order to check again. But that's what a lot of people are doing in here. So just so you know, that's what they're doing. You're earning points right now just by watching the show, and you can check your points in the future. So on the last Saturday, what we'll do is we'll do kind of like it's going to be a raffle style. So you can use those points to purchase raffle tickets, and then at the end of the show, then I will do the giveaway. And right now we're going to do gift cards. I think that's the easiest to do. So it'll be a $25 gift card. And that's just for watching the show. That's all you have to do is watch a show, participate. And I appreciate all you guys coming in and supporting the channel. And so that's just my way of giving back, just by having something that you guys can benefit from, right? So that's the thing. That's what we're doing right now. I'm still working on all the details when it comes to the giveaway. I have to give you guys all the rules like in writing. That's something that YouTube requires. So I'm still working on all that. Once I get that all settled, then I'll have it done prior to our last Saturday. But just working on all that. Which is our last Saturday? Next Saturday? Don't tell me that. I'm gonna have to really push it. Let's see, Saturday. Okay, no, we have Saturday the 31st. So okay. And that'll be the last day of the month, so that's good. All right, so yeah, so the 31st, that's when we'll have the raffle, or not, is that, yeah, the 31st is when we'll have the raffle. So just be prepared. It should be fun. It'll be the first time. So there might be a few glitches here or there. I did kind of a test run last week, or it was a week before last, so I know it works. I just need to kind of fine tune everything to make sure everything is working properly. So we'll do it on Saturday. If there are any hiccups, then I will come back on Sunday, and then I'll fix everything that needs to be fixed, and then we'll do it again if there are any hiccups. But I'm not anticipating anything going wrong. And maybe even prior to that, we'll just do another little test run just to see if it works. Okay, so let's go ahead and get in the chat now. So if you guys are here, just let me know you're here just by saying hello. Give me a little emoticon or something, just so I know that you're in the room and I can give you a shout out. And if you have questions or anything like that, just put @TEC and I'll make sure that I answer your questions. And also, we have about 28 likes right now. Please hit the like button so we can get up to at least 50 likes for the live stream. So if you're in the room, you have not hit the like button, please do so. It just helps. It helps out a lot when it comes to the YouTube algorithm. It allows YouTube to know that we're doing a live stream and to promote it out to more people so we can get more people in the room. That's our ultimate goal here. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and see. Now, I'm skipping the first half, so I'm going to kind of drop down. I know we had the audio issues and all that, so I'm dropping down below that. So if you did have a question that you asked prior to that, the noise issues, then go ahead and put it in here again. That way I can answer for you. Okay, Altered Illusions, this is true. Okay, all right, you guys are, I'm trying to work my way past that, so let's see here. I thought I had already gotten down to all that, but no, we're still in it. So let's drop down a little bit further here. And where are we? Okay, looks like this is where we are here. Okay, Nate and Jess. So they have the little medals here. That's cool. So Nate and Jess are saying that Hyatt is in their mind, Hyatt's first place, Hilton's second place, and Marriott is third. What do you guys think about that? I actually agree with them. I agree with Nate and Jess. I would say the same thing. I think Hyatt is by far, especially if you have a Chase ecosystem, Hyatt is your best option. It's the least amount of points that you need to redeem to stay at a Hyatt property. I do like Hilton as well. I think Hilton, they have a pretty good program. I like the fact that you don't have to be diamond status to get free breakfast. You can be gold status. I like their cards. The Aspire card, I think, is the best hotel card that's out there right now. It gives you the best perks. It gives you diamond status, which is amazing to have an ability to just get a card. Although it's a $450 annual fee, you're getting diamond status. So you're getting the top status at that hotel, that's an amazing thing. You don't get there are no other cards right now on the market where credit cards that you can get and they will give you their top status. So I think that's a really good thing. So yeah, I would agree with that. I don't dislike Marriott, but Marriott's just not properties that I stay in. I've stayed in Hyatt properties, obviously. I've stayed at Hilton properties. The last Hilton property I stayed in was really nice. I've stayed in some Hilton properties that they weren't so nice, but the last one I did stay in was very highly. It was a really good property, and that was in it was in Las Vegas, but it wasn't on the Strip. It was like a spa out in. God, I just lost it. The lake out there. Where's the lake? Oh man, Lake Mead. It was in Lake Mead. So out in that area, what really high end property. I really liked it. Okay. Let's see. All right, Justin, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by. Okay. Let's see. Okay, guys, any questions specifically for me? God, I can't talk today. Specifically for me, just put at TEC. I'm going to skim through some of the questions because I'm really behind when it comes to questions, so I want to make sure I answer everything. So I might read a few things, but just skim through them. Okay. Justin saying Hyatt and Hilton have been great. Yeah, I agree. They're great properties. Atlantis doesn't seem to be a good deal. Okay, let's just move on here. So questions, guys. Any questions for me? Please let me know. Okay. All right. Okay, so Dolly's saying that I think it's just a way for the hotel chains to keep us down. Yeah, soon all hotel chains will start upping their points. Yeah, I think it's one of those, what do they call it, a shell game. I mean, it's one of those deals where you think, well, we have an opportunity. We have an opportunity to have the off peak, right? But I think it's just a shell game. You're not going to get those off peaks. There are going to be very few people that get the off peaks, and it's going to be standard, which they're not losing anything if it's standard. And then if it's not standard, then it'll be the peak, and you have no way of knowing. That's the thing. Like we all go to hotels, and we go to a hotel, and they say. You go to the hotel and they say, "Oh, we're overbooked." The last time I was in Kauai, I got upgraded. Beautiful hotel. It was at the Grand Hyatt. Beautiful room, everything. But they said that they were booked solid. I walked around that property, and it did not seem like they were booked solid. There weren't that many people in there walking around and stuff. I mean, because when you're at one of these resorts, people aren't going to be in their hotel room midday. Most people are going to be out and about walking around, and they might be, I mean, it's true, they could be out somewhere else. But it did not seem like that. It did not. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let's go on here. Let's see. Where are we? Okay, Nate and Jess. Okay. Oh yeah, Nate and Jess, I did see that. So we just checked out the Category 4 in Keystone, Colorado. Absolutely loved it. Working on getting the World of Hyatt card just so we can go to the Keystone. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. And I saw that picture, Nate and Jess, that you guys posted on the WhatsApp group. By the way, we have a WhatsApp group, so if you guys are interested, the link is in the comment section. So in the comment section, I put a link in there so if you guys are interested in that, you can go over there and check it out. And we just talk about travel credit cards. We talk about some of the new stuff that comes out. as it comes out. And it's a good place if you guys want to communicate kind of more of a informal way where you're just on here talking back and forth. It's just a large group chat, basically, is what it is. So it's a good setup there. So if you guys are interested in that, just check down in the comment section. It's a pinned tag in the comment section. Just click on it. You can also join the Facebook group. Right, we have a Facebook group there, and the Facebook group there's more information on there. The Facebook group is a little easier to navigate. I'm not big on Facebook anymore. I used to be a lot, into Facebook a lot. So I do go on there from time to time, but I'm not that big in there. But the WhatsApp group, I'm in there all the time. I check it several times a day. So if you do have a question, it's probably easier for you to get a hold of me in the WhatsApp group. Okay, and so Nate and Jess, yeah, they were just talking about that. They showed a picture of the hotel, now the Hyatt Hotel. Now, Nate and Jess, the one thing that I don't like about Hyatt, not all of their rooms are going to be, you're not going to be able to use your free night at all the properties. And obviously it's category 1 to category 4, but you might run across a category 4 or a category 2 or a category 1 or a category 3, and you're not able to use that free night. They're very selective. It's like it's a weird thing, and it's kind of like what we were talking about now, maybe an unwritten rule, but they do have kind of like peak times and off-peak times. The reason that I say that is when I stayed, and this has happened to me before. It just happened to me when I went to VidCon, and I booked my hotel. I was paying, I was using 12,000 points a night, and after that, I checked it a week later. So after VidCon, I checked it a week later. There probably wasn't a big conference going on at the time. There might have been a conference going, but it wasn't as big as VidCon. So I checked it again, and sure enough, I could have used my free night. They're not always going to have that available for you, which really bothers me that they do that. But I'm just putting it out there. They do. That is a thing. So that can happen. In that case, you can use points if you want to do that. So you're not just stuck. I mean, you can still use points for that free night, but you might not be able to use the free night voucher that they give you. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Okay, did you guys read my Marriott analogy in the WhatsApp group? You know what? I didn't. I don't think I read that. But let us know. Let us know now. I don't think I saw that one. Let's see. Okay, Julio, what's going on? I was going to Medellin, but Marriott only has 2 properties to choose from, so I changed my destination to Bogota. Will it still be nice to visit? So Julio's asking about Colombia. I prefer Medellin over Bogota. There's a couple of reasons why. One, Bogota is like high elevation. It's like 10,000 feet or so. You're in a high elevation, so you can run up a flight of stairs and you're short of breath. That's Bogota. Now Bogota is the capital, so they do have a lot of the government buildings. There's a lot of history there, so it is good in that sense. So you can get a lot of history about Colombia there. They do have a really active nightlife or night scene. Medellin's the same. And also, it's very cold in Bogota. So Medellin, 75, 80 degrees year round, but in Bogota, it gets pretty cold. So, yeah. So if you're just stuck on Marriott, you have to stay at a Marriott property. Then I guess Bogota is going to be your option. But Medellin, what I do is when I stay in Medellin, I usually do the Airbnbs and I have a good time. I had a pretty good experience. I've stayed in Airbnbs twice there in Colombia, in Medellin, and I've had a good time. I've had a good experience both times. So something you might want to consider. It's very reasonable. Like if you're paying for a hotel room, You go Airbnb, it's going to be half that, if not maybe even a quarter of that. You can get some Airbnbs for $25-$30 a night, and they're nice, and it's the whole apartment. So just something to consider. I don't know if you do Airbnbs, but if you do, I personally would at least stay in Medellin a few nights. I personally would do the opposite. So I'd be in Bogota, like I'll be going in October. When I go in October, I'm going to stay in Bogota for probably 3 days, and then I'm spending 7 days in Medellin. It's just that much. I prefer Medellin that much more than Bogota, mainly for the weather too. I want to be in a comfortable environment. I don't want to be freezing. I don't want to be short of breath. So all that stuff, I don't have to worry about that if I'm staying in Medellin compared to staying in Bogota. All right, let's see here. Okay, what are you talking about? Andrew, what's going on? Oh, Andrew, what's going on here? My screen is bouncing around. My chat's bouncing around here. The Ritz in Marina Del Rey is my favorite. The blonde massage gives you a massage. Oh, God. Come on now. All right. Let's see. All right. Block the bot. Okay. Let's see here. So questions specifically for me, just put at TEC. Let's see. D-Fish, what's going on? Could you briefly talk about how you book first class on British Airways, wanting to fly business or first class to France or Italy? But I've never used points, so I'm kind of nervous. All right, so there are a few different ways to do it. The way that I did it, and this was like a one-time thing when I did it, but I had American Airlines points, and I used those points to book it. I think it was 70,000 or 75,000. This is a few years back, and it was a one-way flight. And basically, what happened is I booked my flight on American Airlines, but I didn't really check my seats. And so because I didn't check my seats, I didn't know exactly where I was on the plane. And so, well, I knew where I was on the plane because when I booked it, I knew where I was. But long story short, it was I tried to hurry up and book it as soon as possible because I got a good rate on a hotel. It was a mistaken rate. So because of that, I wanted to hurry up and book my airfare to make sure that I was locked in and I was able to go on the trip. And so I booked the airfare, and I didn't check the seat to see exactly where I was, and I didn't realize I was at the very, very back. On the way back, my flight back, I was sitting in the last seat right by the restroom. The worst seat you could ever sit in on a plane. Especially, and it was economy seat, especially when you're flying 10 hours, 11-hour flight. And so because of that, I was like, I don't want to do that. So I was trying to make changes. So I was going to try to change my seats around. And what I did is I started looking at the first class cabin. And I'm like, well, okay, I mean, I have points. I could actually fly first class if I really wanted to. And there was a difference of, it was probably a difference of 30,000 points, something like that. And so I said, yeah, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that. And so I called them. I knew, I had all my information there. So I called American Airlines and I said, hey, I need to make a change. I see that you have a first class flight coming back. I wanted to get on that flight. And so I booked it by calling in. And it worked out. It was an amazing flight. And so you can just go on American Airlines. Because American Airlines and British Airways are partners, you can go on American Airlines and look and see how many points it's going to take you to fly from wherever your destination is. You might not be able to select British Airways specifically, but if you're flying from Paris back to the U.S., you're probably not going to fly in American Airlines. You're probably going to fly in another airline carrier. So they'll let you know. It'll say there right on the left. It's going to say what airline you're going to be flying on. Okay. All right. Let's see here. So I hope that helps. The other thing you can do too is you can go on wardhacker.com, go on that website, and just type in where your destination, so where you're flying from or where you're flying to, and then it will tell you exactly how many points that you need. So that's something to do too. So it'll tell you different airlines, and they might be foreign airline carriers, but it'll tell you how many points you need. And then from that, it gives you an idea. You want to go, so you can go to that airline directly and see if there's a flight available and how many points it is. It gives you a rough estimate. It's not like it's not a it's not the actual points that you'll need, but it'll be around that area generally. So then you can find out, and then you can call them up, or you can just book it online if you want. I would probably call, if it's a foreign airline carrier, I'd probably call them and just see, okay, how many points is it going to take, and they'll tell you. And then from there, then you can work your if you have a transfer partner, you can transfer your points into that airline. Or if they have an alliance, then you can go that route too. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, and I see Brian is helping you out with the question as well, so that's good. Julio, let's see, if I'm going to be cold in Bogota, that's good. I love the cold. This trip is completely free minus the taxes, so that makes the trip a million times better. Cool, Julio. Yeah, so if you like the cold, then Bogota's a good spot. Good spot for you. They're both. Bogota is a very large city, so Medellin is not as large. So there are plenty of things to do basically in Bogota. There's plenty of things to do in Medellin as well. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the cold. I live in Southern California, so I'm really not used to cold. So I would prefer 80 degrees. Compared to something that would be in Bogota. If you do go to Bogota, though, go to the salt mines, which is outside of the city. It's probably about an hour and a half. It's like a church that's built into a salt mine. You have to go there. It's a really amazing experience. It's like something I've never seen anything like that before. So yeah, make sure you go there. Okay, Rashad, what's going on, buddy? Straight doo-doo seat, yeah. And never sit right by the lavatories. Never sit right by those. You always want to be a ways away. Mainly, and it's not really even because if you're on a good flight, you're gonna have flight attendants that are gonna make sure it's clean and stuff. They'll keep checking and all that. But mainly because of the door opening and closing. So if you're on a 10-hour flight, 11-hour flight, you're gonna want to be able to relax at some point. And if you're sitting in the aisle seat and the restroom's right behind you, you're constantly going to have people walking by you, and you're constantly going to have that door opening and closing. And yeah, it's the worst seat on the plane, so you don't want to do that. Okay, Katig, what's going on? Hey David, what's going on? I signed up and got the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless card. Good for you. Good for you. Which I always get the Boundless. Brilliant. I think the Boundless is the one that's the Visa card. I don't like the American Express one, so I don't know which one that one is. Maybe that's Boundless. I don't know, but I think the Visa one is a better card. That's just my opinion. Okay. All right. So we're down at the bottom. Cool. So Andrew's saying, we're down there. Okay, so Andrew's just asking about Colombia. He says there's beautiful women down there. You seem to have a lot of experience down there in TC. Yeah, I like going to Colombia. I like going to Colombia mainly because there are beautiful women there. Obviously, it's like known worldwide. But I like going there because there's beautiful women. But I also like the landscape. I'm big on photography, and Colombia has some really nice landscapes. Rolling mountains and green, and it's a really good place to photograph. So I like that as well, and it's untouched. Like you don't have very many people that go to Colombia for photography, so I like that as well. I like being able to go to a place that is not recognizable to most people. So if I take a picture there, it's not recognizable. People are like, "Where is this? I've never seen this bridge before. I've never seen this place before." Oh, it's in Columbia, so not too many people. It's not heavily trafficked, so I like that. Casey, what's going on? So he's saying my only problem with peak Marriott rates are low-end Marriott brands like Courtyard, Residence Inn are in Category 6. Wow, wow. Yeah. How many Category 1s do they have? I didn't. Maybe I should have checked that to see. And what are the Category 1 hotels? But if you're saying like a Courtyard's a Category 6 in some situations, that's really crazy, because a Courtyard would be equivalent to like a Hyatt place in my mind. Residence Inn the same. Okay, and Casey's saying it's expensive for the type of brand you're getting. Okay. Oh, so Katik's saying you got it through Chase. So yeah, you got the Visa card. So that's good. All right. And Brian saying, unless you're in India, good luck not having roaches in Category 1s. Wow, is it that bad? No, I don't think so. I'm sure they check for those kind of things. All right, guys, if you're in the room right now, please hit the like button if you have not done so, so we can bring some more people in the room. And also, let's give some shout outs. Do we have anybody? Okay, if you guys are new here and you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I'll give you guys a shout out on the live stream. So I'll be able to get notification that you that you subscribed to the channel, and then we'll give you a shout out. Plus, you get 50 points. So just for signing up, you're going to get 50 points, and those points can be used to purchase raffle tickets for the end of the month, the last Saturday of the month. So you want to subscribe, that way you get the 50 points, and that's like you only get 10 points for every 10 minutes that you watch. So if you get that 50 points right out of the gate, if you are new to the channel, so that's good. All right, let's see. Other questions, guys? Any requests? I also pulled up my, let's see here. Where is it? Okay, so I wanted to pull up the poll. So I was doing a poll, and I'm going to start doing more of these polls. You'll probably see a poll probably at least once a day. I'm really liking the polls in the community section where it'll just come up and show you guys. And I just wanted to do a poll about the Bonvoy, the Bonvoy, the change. So we have our poll here, and actually we'll go through all the polls. But the poll here is basically, what do you think about the Marriott Bonvoy's new off-peak and peak rates? And then I just told you to check the live stream. We're going to talk about it tonight. And so 17% of the people said it was good, and then bad, 83%. So vast majority of the people are not really, liking this whole thing, this whole change that's going to be happening. And it will be interesting, because we need to find out how many are going to, we're not going to find out how many are going to be available for off-peak, but I just have a feeling that off-peak is not going to be very available. It's going to be mainly peak. That's what we're going to be looking at. Some of the other polls that we did, let's see. Can credit cards improve your credit? Why or why not? So this one was pretty good. Most people say yes. I truly believe that credit cards can improve your credit, and there are a few different reasons why. First off, if your credit's really, really bad, one of the best ways to improve your credit is by getting a secured credit card. Like, let's say you can't get a regular credit card, get a secured credit card, pay that off every month, and then between 4 to 6 months usually, your credit will show some improvement, and then you can get a regular credit card at that point. So that's always a good option. Then also just being an authorized user for, like, let's say you have a family member, they have very good credit, they have a credit card, they make you an authorized user, and that will show your credit will improve very fast, like maybe in a month, 2 months, your credit, because what you're doing is you're inheriting their credit by being an authorized user on their credit card. So that's another way to improve your credit. So those are good things. So I think credit cards are definitely good to improve credit. And once you do start getting regular credit cards, then now, depending on what those credit limits are, let's say you have a 10,000 credit limit, it will help lower your credit utilization, so that percentage will go down. and that will allow your FICO score to go up, because one of the major factors, 30% of your FICO score, they look at your credit utilization. So they want your credit utilization to be under 10%. So the more credit cards you have, and I'm not saying jump out there and get a bunch of credit cards, but I'm just saying the more credit available that you have, the higher your credit score will be. Because if I have a lot of available credit and I'm not using that much of that available credit, the credit bureaus like that, and they will look at that favorably, and it will improve your credit, because your credit utilization will go down. So another thing to think about. So every time I get a new credit card, this is what happens. I get a new credit card, I'll take a hit. Because of a hard pull, I'm going to take like a 5 to 6 point hit. And then 2 to 3 months later, then my credit will jump up, or it'll get back to where it was, and then go up a little higher, because now usually my credit utilization is about the same. I pay all my credit cards off every month, so I never carry a balance. But you will have some not overflow, but they will post some of it, because I don't pay them off. Like, some people will pay it as soon as they want to pay it, before it goes to the credit bureau. So they'll pay it like as soon as it posts, they're paying it off. I don't go that far. I'll pay it every 2 weeks, but sometimes it will post, and when it does post, it'll show the utilization. So I try to keep my utilization down as low as possible. But for the most part, getting credit cards will ultimately help your credit. Okay, and what else did we talk about? So we talked about the Apple Card. I know David got the Apple Card. I just wanted to know, what do people think about it? Are they getting it? And we won't go over all the comments, but just looking at the percentage, 9% of the people said they are getting it, and 91% said they're not going to get it. And then Chase Sapphire Reserve or Amex Platinum, and why? So we have a winner, Chase Sapphire Reserve. Yeah, I like the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So that's just my card. But some people, they swear by American Express, and I totally understand that. American Express Platinum is a good card. But you have to be a traveler, I think. You can't get that card and not be a traveler. Whereas the Chase Sapphire Reserve, yes, it's good for travel, but even with that credit, even with the credit that Chase Sapphire Reserve gives you, you can still use that credit for different things, for hotel stays anywhere, for taxis and Uber and stuff like that. So you don't necessarily have to be traveling out of the country or traveling all the time in order to get at least get the travel credit benefit. Now, some of the other benefits, yes, lounge access, restaurant credits, you are going to need to travel. So, all right, let's go ahead and move on. And I think that's it. And this, just so you know, this is my trailer. I used to have this on the beginning of my video, or the beginning of my channel when you came into the channel, but I've changed it a little bit. And a few months back, I changed it to where it's how to apply for a U.S. passport. And that's my go-to now. Like, I want everybody, in all of my videos, in the description, usually I will have that, how to apply for a U.S. passport. Main reason for that is that's the first step. That's the first step. So people always talk about, oh, I want to get into the travel credit cards and stuff like that. Now, I understand not everyone wants to travel outside of the country, or not everyone travels outside of the country. But for me, that was my first step. I wanted to get a passport. Once I got that passport, then that opened up the world to me. So that's something that I always push. You want to get a passport, even if you don't have any plans to travel outside of the country. Get a passport anyway. And the reason for that is you have a second form of ID, okay? And you never know what's going to happen. You might have a friend or a family member, they're getting married in another country, or you might want to go. Your friends might say, hey, we want to go to Paris. And you're thinking, oh, I want to go to Paris too. Oh, but I have to get a passport. So you're scrambling to get your passport expedited. Or if you already have it, then you're open to go to these different places. And I'm telling you, when I got my passport, the first thing that when I got my passport, I was getting it because I was going to Colombia for the first time. So that was the main reason that I got it. But after that, it just, because I had a passport, I was always thinking about all these different places that I can go. And so it really opened up everything to me. And I just started thinking, okay, I want to go here, I want to go there. This is before the travel points and all. I wasn't using points back then. This was first time I went to Colombia was in 2008. I think it was 2008. And yeah, it just opened up so much to me just by having a passport. So I always push that on everyone. Get your passport. Just get it. It's not that much. It's like $145. You get it. You have it for 10 years. And it's always good to have. It's another form of ID, like I said. It's a form of citizenship. So it's all around. It's a good thing. I think everyone should get it. And it's unfortunate, but I think studies show like less than half the population in the U.S. has a passport, or maybe it's 60% of the population has a passport, but 40% don't. That's crazy to me. We have being U.S. citizens. When you get a passport, you have there's so many different places. When we don't have the most well, I don't want to say the most flexible, but our passport gets us to a lot of places. There are some passports that get you to more places without a visa, but our passport gets us. I mean, it gets us. I can't remember the exact number. God, I don't want to say because I can't remember the exact. But there's so many different countries that you can go to without a visa by using a U.S. passport. So our passport is very, very strong. I think it's sixth, fifth or sixth overall out of all the countries in the world. Okay. All right, guys. Questions. Go ahead and put it in the chat. And let's see here. Let me open this up. And please hit the like button if you guys are in the room. Just if you have not done so, please hit the like button. We're trying to get up to 50 likes for the video. So if you could do that, I'd really appreciate it. It does help the YouTube algorithms, and will bring more people into the room. Okay. Let's see. Where did we leave off here? Okay, where are we here? I completely lost my place. Okay, here we go. So Andrew's asking, can I convert viewer points into Amex points? Yeah, that's not going to happen. No. For one, I don't have Amex points. I have a Chase ecosystem, but no, we're not going to be giving points away. Yeah, maybe when I'm a big time YouTuber, I'll do that. But yeah, I need my points. I need to be able to travel. So yeah, that's not gonna be that's not gonna happen. Good try though. Let's see. Nate and Jess said we just stayed at a Category 1 Hyatt the other day, and it was one of the cleanest rooms we've ever stayed in. Not sure about Marriott or IHG. I also like Country Inn and Suites. Cool. Now I will say I did stay at a Hyatt, and it did have roaches, and there's a video to prove it that I posted in my on my channel. So I was in Thailand, and it was a Hyatt Regency, very, very nice hotel, but they had some roaches in there, and there was 2 roaches. One was dead, so I don't know. Maybe they had just sprayed or something like that. You know, especially if you spray on the outside, and that's what it looked like. They probably had sprayed on the outside, and these roaches were trying to escape, and they ran in there. And like I said, one was dead, and the other one looked like it was getting ready to die. So that's probably what happened, but it was no problem. They switched out, gave me another room, and that room was fine. But yeah, that did happen at a Hyatt Regency, nonetheless. And this was a nice hotel. Okay, and the way that the hotel is set up, it was in Phuket. So the Hyatt Regency in Phuket, it's not all enclosed. It's like almost like bungalow. It was kind of like bungalows. So you have like maybe four bungalows that are kind of all next to each other, that kind of thing. But it's outdoor. It's like when I open my door, I'm outside. And so, yeah, I think that's probably what happened. They were probably spraying the property, and you had some roaches that were trying to escape, and they ran into the room. And it was late at night too. I checked in. It was like 2 in the morning or something like that. So they cleaned the room early in the day, and then they didn't catch it. So all right. And Nate Jess is saying my score went up after opening a few cards. Yeah, it usually happens that way. It does. Like your credit will respond. Like my credit's gone up 70. It's gone up 70 points since I started. And I started like 3 years ago. And I didn't do anything other than get credit cards. Like and yeah, I got a few credit cards, 8 total, and my credit score jumped up to, and it was already high. Like it was my credit score right now is about 770 something, and it was about 700 when I started. And I didn't do anything different. I paid my credit cards off just like I normally do. But just getting new credit cards, getting into the travel credit card scene, I started getting more and more credit cards, and that's what it made it improve. Prior to that, it's always been around 700, 720. It's always been around that area. So, yeah, that was interesting to see how things played out that way. Okay. Casey saying I still keep my Bonvoy card for the annual free night, and that's a good way to go. Like I always tell people, you should have an airline branded card and a hotel branded card, and then like an ecosystem. So if it's an American Express ecosystem or a Chase ecosystem, that's kind of the way to go, because now you have that free night. Usually you want to get the hotel branded card that gives you the free night every year. So now you have a free night at a hotel. And if you work it with the ecosystem, so if you have, like I have the Chase ecosystem, so I like Hyatt because of that, because I can transfer my points over to Hyatt. So I get the free night, plus if I need to transfer some points over, I transfer those points over, and I can make it a whole vacation, 7-day vacation or what have you. So you want to get a hotel branded card that works with the ecosystem that you have. Also, the airline branded card, you want to get one that works with your ecosystem. It just makes things a little bit better, a little bit cleaner. So I have the United card, the United Explorer card, and I have that card mainly because it works with Chase. I can top it off. I can use transfer points over there. And so, for example, I have about 40,000 points in the United account right now, and so I'm going to need to transfer some points over from Chase, from the Ultimate Rewards program, in order to book my next trip. So it's easy to do. Whereas if I didn't have cards that were in the same ecosystem, so if let's say I had American Airlines, the Advantage card, which I do have, but let's say I had points there, and then I had the Chase ecosystem. Well, now I can't top it off using that. So I'll either have to top it off with cash, so like do the buy points, which is usually not that, the value's not that good, or I'll have to do a one-way ticket. So a one-way flight using the American Airlines, and then have that other flight coming back on United or something like that, and then use my Chase points that way. So that's your only real option when it comes down to it. Okay, let's see. Or you can just pay cash. Just pay cash for your flights, or use points for one flight and then pay cash for the other flight back, something like that. Okay, so Casey's saying, but now it's a lot harder to use with the peak pricing. Yeah, I think I don't know, like, okay, so the free night peak, I don't know how that all plays out. I think you're still going to be able, well, no, because they value your point. I don't know exactly how the free nights work with Marriott, but I think what you're saying is they give you like I think it said it on the card where they give you 50,000. They give you 50,000. I'm dripping all this on me. 50,000, up to 50,000 or something like that. How do they work that? Let's see. I know that I was reading that somewhere as far as the way the free nights work. I know they were saying that depending on what cards you have. I know we looked at these cards. Let's see. We'll take a look. Oh, this is the points guy here. No, I don't want this one. But yeah, that's going to be. I just see it not being a good thing. It's not. I don't think it's a good thing for consumers. They're trying to make it look like it's a good thing, but I don't. I really don't think it's a good thing. Let's go ahead and review a card now. Since we're on this, we'll review that Boundless card that was mentioned earlier. So let's see, where is it? I know they have it here for the free night. They tell you the value. Here we go, right here. So free night, property with redemption level up to 35,000 points. Okay, so yes, it will make it harder. That's something that I didn't even think about. But we're talking about the off-peak, peak. So let's say you want to redeem your free night, but depending on the layout, let's see, I think I still have, where was it? Back here. Oh. So depending on your layout here, so if I want to book a free night, let's say it's a category 5, and I want to book that free night, I'm good if it's off peak, and I'm good if it's standard. But if it goes to peak, guess what? I can't book that same room. So yeah, that'll be that's not good. But yeah, I mean, I guess. Well, see the jump here. You still, according to the old system, you still wouldn't have been able to book anything higher than a category 5 with that card. So you're pretty much stuck there. So the way they have it, if I'm looking at this correctly, yeah, you're still going to be able to book the same. You're only going to be shut out if it's peak, but if it's not peak, you're good. And the changes, there would have been the changes wouldn't. These changes that have just happened, the only thing is at peak. If it's at peak, you're not going to be able to get it. But other than that, everything else I think looks pretty much the same when it comes to the value. But let's look at this Bonvoy card. I do like this Boundless card. I think it's a pretty good value. So you're going to earn 75,000 bonus points. That's after spending $3,000 within the first 3 months. You have a $95 annual fee. It does not say it's waived the first year, so it looks like you have to pay that up front. So 75,000 points. We've already looked at the new setup here. So that, if you work it right, you can get a lot of nights out of that, right? But also, if it's a standard, what is that? Is that 10 nights? Yeah, it's 10 nights. If it's peak, then it's going to be 7 nights, 7.5 nights or something like that. These are all category 1. I'm just saying category 1. But yeah, so if you want to stay in some of the higher end properties, you might be able to get, let's say it's a category 5 or category 4. You can get 3 nights out of it. You can get 2 nights out of it, category 5. I'm looking standard. I'm not even looking at the peak, but that's the problem. Like, it can jump around on you, and you might even be in a situation where all weekends are peak. Who knows? Like, they could do that, right? So you might be able to say, oh, okay, on Thursday and Friday I can stay at standard, but then on the weekend, on Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be peak, so I have to use more points. It's just a whole, I don't know, man. It's not a good thing. I mean, I just can't see how that can be positive. The only positive is the fact that you have off peak. But if you're not going to be able to utilize off peak, it's really gonna make a lot of people upset. Okay, earn unlimited points, and that's going to be, let's see, 6 points for every dollar spent participating Marriott Bonvoy hotels. 6 points for every dollar spent. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. 2 points for every dollar spent on all of the purchases, so that's good. But understand, you need to earn a lot of points with this card in order to redeem it for nights. Unless you're staying in a category 1 on off peak, where you can get it for 5,000. That's the best value that you'll be able to get. But other than that, you're going to be needing to earn a lot of points. Okay, so we talked about the free night. That's a level of 35,000 points, so that's pretty good. Let's see, automatic silver status. Okay, so you do get a status here, which is good. World of High, same thing. They give you Discover status, so they give you like their lower level status. Elite tiers and benefits, access and unlock your benefits for each stay. Participating Marriott Bonvoy properties using this card. Okay, so you get 15 Elite Night credits, so you do get credits towards your Elite status, so that is good. All right, and that's it. That's the whole card. Wow, why did I think there was more? There is more. Where's the rest? I hate when they do this. I want to see all the details. This is the bold card. So that is this the $150 card here? $150 annual fee one? This is a no annual fee one. Okay. I thought they had another one too that was a little higher annual fee. Maybe that's a business version. Okay, no real need to look at this one. Zero annual fee. I mean, zero annual fee cards to me, they're no-brainers. If it's something you're interested in, go ahead and get the card. But I'm not a real big fan of the zero annual fee cards unless they're like the Freedom card or the Freedom Unlimited, where I can use those points, transfer them up. But other than that, I'm not a huge fan of the zero annual fee cards. And it doesn't look like this one gets you a free night either, which is something that I would want. You get silver status, so I guess just by having the card, you have some status with the hotel, but it doesn't look like you're getting a free night. Let's see here. Yeah, you don't get a free night. This is pretty good, the baggage delay insurance. So, and that's 6 hours. That's actually a good. That's a good. You have different travel insurance. It varies, right? So this is a pretty good one here. Just after 6 hours, 6 hour delay, you're going to get $100 a day for 5 days. So that's a pretty good perk there. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. That's why I don't really deal with the zero annual fees. Purchase protection, that's pretty good. Yeah, $500 per claim, up to $50,000 per account. So that's not bad. That is comparable to the World of Hyatt, because I just used the one that I have, and it's $500 per account or per claim. All right. So let's come back to our chat here, see what's going on. If you guys have any questions specifically for me, just put at TEC, and I will make sure I address those questions. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what's going on with this when it launches on September 14th, and we'll see how they roll it out and how available off peak really is. But I think it's not going to. I just can't see it being a good thing. I really can't. All right. Okay, guys, and if you guys are in the building and you have not hit the like button, please do so we can help out our algorithms here, so YouTube can promote us out. Let's see. Okay, so in case he's saying that he usually uses a free night for convention and city stays. Okay. Those tend to be at peak prices. All right. And Waller's Wallet, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. So Waller's Wallet, he's got a channel, so you guys want to check him out. He talks about travel reward credit cards just like I do. And he's got some really good content over there. So go over to his channel, not right now, but right after this video, Waller's Wallet. He's got some good information there. Okay, oh, uh-oh. Just lost my place. Oh, man. I hate when this happens. Oh, man. So like I'm saying, when I scroll down, I've said this before, when I scroll down, if someone's typing in a message as I scroll, it just drops me all the way to the bottom, and it's like, where did I leave off? I just remember Waller's Wallet, but I don't remember. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right. All right. Dolly's saying, okay, friends, I'm headed to Points Wonderland. I look forward to chatting with you guys soon. Have a great night. Thank you, Dolly. Thank you for stopping by. Okay. Okay, so Julio's saying, people at work wondering how I travel a lot and I'm broke. And I tell them that the credit card, I tell them with credit card points, and I try to get them to join in, but they are so hard-headed. Yeah, you know what? The same thing happens to me. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm broke, but everyone knows how much I make because I work at a company. We all make. They know how much I make. So the fact that I'm traveling a lot, and I'm traveling like business class or first class, and they know because they're on my Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and I post a picture. You gotta show off when you're flying business class, first class. So I take pictures, and I'm always in this different, like every 3 to 4 months I travel, so I'm always in different places, and so I'm out. I don't work. I don't. I work. I'm outsourced, so I do work. They don't see me every day. Let's just put it that way. And so when they don't see me every day, and then they see me traveling, it seems like I'm always traveling. So they always hit me up like, "How are you traveling all this? Like, we make the same amount of money. Like, how are you making this happen? How are you doing this?" I tell them I use points, and it's the same thing. They give you kind of that look like, "What? No, that doesn't work," or like that kind of look. And I'll be honest with you, when I first started looking into using points and stuff like that and just learning how everything worked, I was very skeptical. And I was thinking, you know what? I don't like credit cards. And I don't. To this day, I'm still very uncomfortable with credit cards. But I use them. I use them now. I'm much more comfortable now because I understand how things work. And I have my plan. Before, and I've told this many times, but I always thought that you use credit cards only for emergencies. So you get a credit card, you have it, and if your car breaks down, then you use your credit card, then you pay it off over time. But that was the way that I was taught. That's the way I was raised. But I didn't understand that is the opposite of what you want to do. You want to use your credit cards for all of your purchases, and you want to pay it off every month. And that way you can earn these points. Now I'm not talking about regular credit cards. I'm talking about credit cards that give you rewards. So if it's a regular credit card, I'm not going to use it. I'm not getting any benefit out of it. But if it's a credit card that gets you points, those are the credit cards that I'm going to use for all of my purchases. And then every 2 weeks, my routine, every 2 weeks I pay it off. So I tell my friends, I tell people that I work with, this is what I do. This is how I travel a lot. And I use points. And same thing with my parents. My parents were really concerned because I was starting to travel to all these different places. And they were like, "How are you affording to do this?" And I would tell them, "I'm using points." And I finally got my parents to realize how it works. And they got a card. They got the Chase Sapphire Preferred. This was a couple of years ago. And they still have points. Like, my parents don't travel very often, so they still have points. And so so I was able to get them a free night. We went to Hawaii in June, late June. So when we went to Hawaii in June, they wanted to stay there's a Hyatt Regency right by the airport, Los Angeles airport. So they wanted to stay there the night before the flight, just so you just catch the shuttle. It's so convenient because you're pretty much on the airport grounds. Like, you're overlooking the tarmac, and so you just catch a shuttle to get to the airport. So there's no way you're going to be late or anything like that. Plus, you don't have to deal with traffic or anything. And I believe they flew out on a Thursday. No, on a Friday. They flew out on a Friday, so they didn't want to have to deal with driving into Los Angeles to get to the airport during a high traffic time because it's so unpredictable. So they stayed there, so I got them a free night. And my mom was like, "Is this it? It's like, I don't have to give them any money or anything." No, it's completely free. Like, one thing people say, and we all do this, say, "Yeah, you can travel for free." Well, airfare, yeah, you pay taxes and fees. But in a lot of the hotels, Hyatt is one. They will waive the resort fee. So if there's any resort fee, they're going to waive that. And if you're using points, you don't pay anything. Like, your bill comes back zero. Like, when I stayed in Kauai, the Grand Hyatt, my bill came back $0 owed. I didn't have to pay anything for taxes or fees or resort fee. And they wait. She told me, yeah, we God, I can't talk. We will waive. Why is that hard for me to say? We will waive the resort fee if you use points for your stay. Now, I won't promise you that's all Hyatt properties, but at the Grand Hyatt, they waived it, so I didn't have to pay anything. I didn't have to pay for parking or anything like that. So that was, that wasn't an issue. Believe it or not, in Kauai, I didn't have to pay anything for parking. It was free parking. And we rented a car, so I had a vehicle. But then I stayed in Anaheim last month, and I'm paying $25 for parking. So that was pretty amazing. So that, and it's funny because I'm using points to stay there, staying at a high place, paying $25 a night just to park, and that was the bill at the end. It was three nights, and it was 70 something dollars because I was paying for parking. That's crazy. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on here. Uh, Okay, so Katig's saying, hey, just to let you know, you guys Americans no longer need a visa to travel to Brazil. Yeah, that is true. That is true. And the visa before, I think, was like an e-visa or something, so you could actually do it online. This is prior to, so it wasn't really that much of a hassle. But now you don't need anything. And yeah, just having, so for those of you who don't travel outside the country, you don't use your passports. Yeah, a lot of countries you don't need a visa at all. When you come into that country, they stamp your passport. You have a 90-day visa right there. So that's how it works in a lot of countries. Colombia is one of them. I can just go to Colombia. I don't need to do anything prior to going to Colombia. Just get there. They'll stamp my passport. It'll have the date on there. It'll be 30 days or 90 days out. So I can stay in the country for 90 days. If I want to extend that, then I can, but I just have to go through their process of extending it for another 90 days. So that's how it usually works for a lot of different countries. Now, there are some countries like China, you do need to have a visa in order to go to China. So you're going to have to check, give them all that information that they need prior to flying. I did fly through China, and even if you're flying through China, they need to see that you're leaving the country within 24 hours or something like that. They will allow you, though. They do have a 24-hour visa where you don't have to do anything special, but you can land in China, and if you have a flight that flies out less than 24 hours, you can still go into the city and go into China and do things, and then just get back to your flight so you can get out of town. But yeah, they will allow you to do that. I didn't. I had an 8-hour layover there, and I didn't leave. I didn't leave. I was just I didn't want to miss my flight, and I was just kind of concerned. Like, I don't know. I've never been to China before. Yeah, I don't know if I want to just get out there and start going around. And plus, I had my luggage. Like, I had a carry-on plus a personal item, so I had all my luggage with me. So I didn't want to have to lug that all around. And so I just didn't do it. I guess there are other options, right? I could have probably, I'm sure they have lockers or something. I could have put it in and then gone. But yeah, I played it safe. I didn't want to do anything, get caught out there and something. I don't know, whatever. All right, let's see. Okay, let's see. Maybe you can negotiate a deal with Hyatt so you can exchange TEC points for Hyatt points. That would be good, Nate and Jess. That would be good. I have to skip that Hyatt in Thailand. Laugh out loud. Yeah, but that Hyatt property that I was talking about, it was just that room. They put me in another room. It was fine. It's a really nice property though. Really nice. Hyatt Regency in Phuket, overlooks the ocean. Now, there's a beach there, but the beach is not. It's not that nice. It's your own. It's really your own beach because there's really no one else around that area. You just have a couple of hotels that are stacked up there. One thing they don't have, for whatever reason in Thailand, where I stayed in Phuket. First off, it's nowhere near anything like the nightlife and stuff like that. It's not near any of that. So it's more of like a secluded area. You're about 45 minutes away from all of that, like from Bangalore Road and Patong Beach, which Patong Beach is probably the most popular beach out there in Phuket. So you are more secluded. It's a good place for a honeymoon, like honeymooners and things like that, where you want to just be detached from everyone. It's good for that, and you can kind of do your own thing. But if you do want to go to the bars and stuff like that, then you are going to want to be near Bangalore Road, near Patong Beach. So it's good for that. Now, they don't have you pretty much have to catch a little golf cart to get to your room for the most part, because it's like up on a hill. So it's up on a hill and it overlooks the water. So it's really nice looking. But in order to get places, you're either going to have to walk down or you're going to have to catch a golf cart to take you down to the main part of the hotel. So that was a little of a headache because you have to wait. I mean, like I said, you could walk, but it's really, I won't say it's dangerous, but it's just those roads that these carts are going up and down. So they're right around you. It's easier just to catch a cart, but then you also have to call sometimes to say, hey, call to see if there's a cart available to come pick you up and stuff. But not a bad hotel though. Not a bad hotel at all. All right. Okay. If you guys have any questions specifically for me, just put at TEC. Let's see. What? So Nate just says, I tell my coworkers and looking confused. Okay, so you guys were saying some other stuff earlier. Like I lost my mind, laugh all out. Okay. All right. Oh. All right, guys, please hit the like button if you're in the room right now so we can bring some more people in here. We have about 38 likes. So if you have not hit the like button, please do so we can get some more people joining the fun. What's going on, Choco? All right. All right, guys, any other questions, please put it in the chat. Let's look. Let me see here. Let me pull something up real quick. I don't know if this thing is updating here. All right, guys, so I am going to go over the point system one more time just for people who've come in right now. So if you guys don't realize you can earn points by just watching the live stream. So at the end of every month, we will do a raffle, and those points the points you're going to use those points in order to buy raffle tickets. You buy the raffle tickets, and then you enter in the giveaway. And I'm going to start the giveaway at $25,000 or $25,000. Wow, $25 gift card, and then we'll kind of figure out different things. It's not always going to be a gift card, but that right now that's kind of the easiest thing to do. So that's what I want to start off with, and then give me ideas too. If you guys have ideas for different prizes, make it around $25. I have a budget here, so I don't I don't want to blow my whole budget, but yeah, make it around $25. Give me information when it comes to what you think is an appropriate gift to have for the giveaway. All right, so we're looking at points right now, and I wanted to. Let's see. It's so funny. I can't remember how to do all this stuff now. Let's see. Let me type something in real quick. Give me 1 second, guys. Just need to pull something up here. Okay. And I need to talk to Flashpoint, Jason from Flashpoint Capital, but we should be having a live stream on Monday. So we'll be doing a live stream on Monday. We'll be on this channel. I'll make sure I put it out to you guys so you guys know exactly what's going on. But the plan is to have a live stream, and we want to do a weekly thing. So every Monday, come on with a live stream. It will probably be a little earlier than now, like the 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll probably do it a little bit earlier just because Flashpoint lives in Texas, so I want to make it a little bit earlier for him. I don't want him to have to stay up late every night we do a live stream. So I'll be doing it on my channel, then he'll be doing it on his channel, so we'll kind of go back and forth every month. So that is the plan. All right, so I wanted to pull up, let's go ahead and take a look at this. So I just wanted to show you guys the setup here. So these are the loyalty points. This is the leaderboard. And you see people probably putting exclamation point points, and then it'll bring up their points, the total points. So that's what we're looking at here. So these are our top people when it comes to the amount of points that they have. Okay, so every 10 minutes you get 10 points. That's how it works. Now I need to kind of figure out as far as how much the raffle ticket is going to cost. I need to kind of figure that out. And I don't think you lose points if you. I'm pretty sure you don't lose points, but we're going to reset this. So every month, at the beginning of the month, I will reset the points. So David is on top right now, but next month everyone starts at 0. And then, so you have an opportunity to be on top when it comes to that. And then in the future, I'm going to try to see, we'll figure something out. But we'll do the giveaway for right now, but we might have maybe a little something else in the future for the person who is the top person for the month. Now, they are displayed in our little marquee. Well, it's not even down below. Our little marquee that's down, you can't even see my mouse. The marquee that's down there. So in that little scroll, the person is on there. So the top person for the month will be down there, as well as the top super chat is down there, and the last subscriber. Okay, so that's what you're looking at there. And then on the right side there, you see the subscriber count. We are on a mission. We're on a mission December 28th, 2019. So this year, we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. So please subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And we're just trying to work this up. We're really trying to ramp it up and get to 10,000 subscribers. Once you hit 10,000 subscribers, YouTube will allow me to do more things, okay? So it'll just help the channel out a lot more, as well as like the training. They give you more training. There's like workshops. I shouldn't even say they give you more training. They will start giving you different workshops that you can attend once you hit 10,000 subscribers. Prior to that, generally you can't do any workshops. Every once in a while, I'll have something that they'll put out there. When I say workshops, there's a physical, they call it a YouTube space in Los Angeles. So nearby, it's about 30 minutes away from here, from where I live, where I can go. It's a studio. So you can, if you have 10,000 subscribers, you can use the studio. So I can do collaborations and stuff like that there. I can shoot my videos there if I want to do that, as well as they have classes, workshops that they will put on. So YouTube is putting on the workshops for us to teach us how to be better YouTubers and stuff like that. So it's something I've been wanting to do. Obviously, I'm not at 10,000 subscribers, but it's something I've been wanting to do, and that will help us. So the plan is, if we can go ahead and get 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, we can start off 2020 on the right track, and I can start doing the different training and stuff that's going on. And with that, have a better channel and do more collaborations and all that. So, all right. So looking at our leaderboard here, just wanted to kind of put the people out there who are everyone supporting me, but just let you see everyone that's out there and how much time they're putting into watching the channel and participating. So I really appreciate all that. So we have David on top here. We have Michael second, and we have Braveheart, Dolly, Nate and Jess, Flashpoint Capital, Justin, Julio, Shamrock, Peltwork, Jason, Anthony, Life for Business, Explore, Informed, Bruce Law, Rodell, and Travel Explore Click. That's me. And that's probably only for chats. I'm pretty sure that's just chats, like typing stuff, because you do get points if you chat. Because I'm thinking, I'm on here, how am I getting credit? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, it has to be from just the chats. And then at the bottom there, HD Chillin'. Now the list obviously goes on. I just wanted to this is the leaderboard. We'll just kind of come to the leaderboard every once in a while just to show you guys who's on here. And then the number of hours. David is always in the room. He's usually the first person here. 14 hours, and this is longer than a month. I just started it, and we're just going to say it's a month, but this is longer than a month as far as the time. I can't remember, to be honest with you. I can't remember when I hit the switch to start it, and it was running in the background a lot longer than we started talking about it last week, but it was already running in the background, so it was already accumulating all these points and everything like that. So yeah, so look at that. I mean, 8 hours from Michael, Braveheart 7 hours, Dolly 7 hours. I mean this, and it's amazing. Like it's really a humbling. It's really humbling. This humbling, is that the word? I'm very humble. However, I can't even use it in a sentence. It's it surprises me, and it makes me really. God, I can't think of the words. I can't think of the words right now. But anyway, I think you guys understand what I'm trying to say. It's just it's it makes me feel good that people are supporting the channel, and I think we'll go far. And yeah, just to see that people are on here watching me this long. I mean, time is very important to all of us, and the fact that you guys are here and you're supporting me, I really appreciate it. And yeah, that's why I want to do the giveaways. The main reason is because you guys are here, you guys are supporting me. You might as well have an opportunity to for me to give you guys something. So, okay, all right, enough of that. I don't want to. I can't think of the right word. It's a humbling experience, I guess you could say. But yeah. All right, guys. Any other questions or anything like that? Feel free to put it in the chat, and we will get to those questions. Okay, Choco saying 2 winners. Not right now. We're gonna start at $25, and then we'll work our way up. If we have 2 winners, obviously it'll be $50. So let's start at 25, and then we'll work our way up. Maybe we'll do kind of a special. And David had a good point. He was saying that maybe you should do a marathon live stream for December, which that's going to be the plan. So December 1st through December 28th. I know there's more than 28 days in December, but I think up to that point to try to hit that 10,000 subscribers. So yeah, so we'll do a marathon live stream. I think that'll be cool. When I say marathon, I mean every day, so not just a long live stream. I think every day we'll do that. Every day we'll do a different live stream. Also, too, I might do, well, not might, but I will be jumping on from time to time, just do live streams. So it's not going to be necessarily on the same day, Saturday and Monday. There can be times where I'll just jump on and do a live stream just to be on. So Monday, because we're going to start switching back and forth. You're not going to be getting points when I'm on his channel, when I'm on Flashboy Capital's channel. So I am going to have some different times where we jump in, where I have other live stream days, so you guys are able to earn points. And then also, too, let me know, and I'll probably do a poll on this just to see. But I do a lot of stuff on my computer, and I can still chat back and forth and have kind of like back in the day, you used to have bulletin boards, I'm going way back, but just chat rooms, kind of like you just come in and you guys can chat back and forth. And so it's not a live stream in the sense where I'm talking through the live stream, but I'm still here, and I might be doing stuff on the computer, and kind of like you guys see and music's gonna play right now, but you guys see this setup here. So I can have that. And another way for you guys to earn points is I can have that while going on in the background while I'm just doing different things. So I'm not necessarily on a live stream, but I'm here just typing, and you guys can be chatting back and forth, talking with each other, talking with me, and still earning points that way. So that could be another thing that we can do. So I can just come on and do it that way, or do like an after show. So we have the show going now, do an after show, and the after show is here. And instead of it saying stream starting soon, I'll have to put something else on there so people won't think that it's starting. And then that way you can earn points as well and check your points and things like that, and without us having like an official live stream going. So just different thoughts that I'm thinking about. Wow, this is crazy. Different thoughts that are going through my mind right now. So, okay. Questions? Any other questions, guys? Let's see. Let's see. Choco's saying, when are you going to plan the meet and greet in Los Angeles? The meet and greet? What meet and greet are we going to do? Uh, I'd be open to that. I would be open to that. Maybe meet at a restaurant or something like that. I don't know how many people are out in Los Angeles, so that would obviously have to be the first step. Like, how many people are out in Los Angeles that want to do a meet and greet? But yeah, it'd be cool to do a meet and greet and talk travel credit cards and stuff like that. That would be nice. Ultimately, at some point, we're gonna build this channel, keep building the channel up, and then we can start doing like conferences and stuff like that. I would be really open to that, to have like a travel rewards credit card conference. They do them now. There are people that are doing them now, but I think it would be nice to have that as well, and meet at a hotel and stay there a couple of days, and then I'll have people come in, different experts in different areas, and have them just talk about travel credit cards and stuff like that. I think that would be great. So that's something down the road as we build the channel bigger and bigger. Then we'll be able to do more things like that. But that's something that I really like, getting the word out when it comes to travel credit cards. I think it's an amazing thing, and it has really changed my life, in the sense, my travel life, my lifestyle. Prior to this, I didn't know anything about traveling. I knew it was expensive. That's all I knew. And this has allowed me to travel pretty much anytime and not have to worry about money. Like, it's an amazing thing just to be able to not have to stress about, oh, I have to save this money because I need to take this trip, and I want to take this trip. And now it's like, okay, I know I have points. I know I have flexibility. I can use some cash if I need to, but I can also use the points in order to travel these different places. So yeah, it's changed. It's changed so much when it comes down to it. All right, guys, any other questions? Any other questions, please put it in the chat, and we'll discuss those questions. And let me know, like I said, maybe I'll put a poll. I'll do an official poll. Can I even pull up a poll right now? Oh, yeah, I think I can. Okay. So I will put it. I will put it in the chat, because, like I said, I don't know how you guys feel about it. So maybe do like just a live chat, a live chat instead of a live stream where I'm talking. Just a live chat where you still see me. I'm still here. I'm on the computer. I'm probably doing, because basically what I do usually after the show or during like different times of the day, I might just open up and I'm just going through there looking at different things. Fine tuning all the little things that I have going on this computer, so I can still have it open as a live feed where we can still talk back and forth, and you guys can kind of pop in and pop out and ask questions and get answers and stuff like that. So let me know if you guys are open to that, and I can start doing that. What I don't want to do is I don't want people to get upset because they come over and there's no live stream. It's just like a live chat. So that's what I don't want. I don't want people to jump in and it not be a live stream, and then they think, oh, I hate this channel. He's always going on and it's not live or whatever. So that's my thing there. And maybe what I can do, as well as just do a regular live stream and then have like an after show. And the after show is just us chatting back and forth, but it still be, everything's still on. So let me know what you guys think about that. Okay, Shoko's saying we need to have one in the West Coast. Okay, so I'm thinking you're talking about like having a credit card convention thing on the West Coast. Yeah, we'll as the channel grows. Yeah, as the channel grows, I think we'll be able to do that. Have like a conference where that's what we talk about. We talk about travel credit cards. Rashad, what was your question, man? What was your question? Just ask me again. I did kind of. Oh, okay. What are the 8 cards that I have? Okay. I have the Chase Sapphire Preferred, Chase Sapphire Reserve. I got the Chase Sapphire Preferred first, and then when they launched the Chase Sapphire Reserve, I was one of the first, not one of the first people, I shouldn't say that. They launched in August. I got it in August, so 2016. So I got it as soon as they released it. So I still have both cards. The funny thing is, the Chase Sapphire Preferred, I know I should be downgrading that card, but I get like the referrals. Like I still get referrals for that card, so I'm still earning points with the card even though I don't use it. So like I earned like 45,000 points this year on that card, not by referral. So I'm still keeping it. I don't know what I'm going to do exactly with it yet. I can always downgrade it to a Chase Freedom card. But so I have those two cards. I have the World of Hyatt card. I have the United Explorer, the business card. I have the Chase Ink card, Chase Ink Unlimited, or Chase Ink Business Plus card, which is the older version. The newer version is Chase Ink Business Preferred. I have the Chase Ink Unlimited. I have the Chase Ink Cash card. That was the last card that I picked up. And then I have the American Express Advantage card. So those are the cards that I have. I don't use the Advantage card at all, and I don't use the Chase Sapphire Preferred at all. So the rest of the cards, for the most part, my daily drivers are the Chase Sapphire Reserve, the World of Hyatt, and the Ink Cash card. I'm using a lot. I'm using that card a lot now. And let's see. That's pretty much it. Those are the cards that come out of my wallet the most. And I also use a Chase Ink Business Plus card. That's a good card, especially if you're going to Staples and stuff. It's actually the same category earn as, so it's 5 points for every dollar spent, just like the Chase Ink Cash card. But now that I have the Chase Ink Cash card, I'm using that just more than that card. And then I also, I don't use the United card, the United Explorer card. Don't use that card at all. The only time I'll use that card is when I travel. So if I'm flying somewhere, I make sure that I pay for my taxes and fees. If I'm flying on United, obviously, I pay for my taxes and fees with that card, because that's the only way that you're going to get the priority boarding and the free check bag. So I use it for that, and that's it. I don't use any other. I don't really use any other cards. Yeah. There's no reason. Now I will, with the Advantage card, I will every like 4 to 5 months, I'll buy gas with that card, and that's just to keep the card, keep it active. You know, I don't want them to shut me down, so I do use it for gas. I get 2 points every dollar spent on gas with the card, so I keep that card in my car. So every time, from time to time, I'll just pull it out and use it just to have some money run through it. Okay. Choco's saying, if you do the live feed without talking, it will be like the other live streams, boring. Okay. They're trying to copy you, and they fall short. Okay. All right, cool. That's good advice. That's good advice. Like I said, I don't know how people will respond to it. I don't want people to kind of look at it and not. I want people to know if I'm going live, I want people to be excited that I'm going live and not jump in thinking I'm going live and then be like, oh, he's not even live. What's going on? And then the next time when I go live, then they're going to be like, oh, he's not really live when I am really live. So. Michael has said, people from Hollywood have ruined how people use the word humbling. All right. Solid Liquid Fox, what's going on? Ink Cash is the new version of the Ink Plus. Yes, I agree with you. It is. It's a great card. Man, I can't say enough good things about the Ink Cash card. And I found it by mistake, not by mistake. I actually found it by one of the viewers in the Facebook group, and they posted. It was not on my radar. That card was not on my radar. I had the Chase Ink Business Plus card already. I had the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card, and someone posted that card. I had the United Explorer business card too. So I was thinking, I have all the business cards that I need. I'm good. But someone posted in the Facebook group. I can't remember who it was. I guess I can go back and find it. But they posted the Chase Ink Cash card, and I'm thinking, Chase Ink Cash card? 0 annual fee? Let me check this card out. So I pulled it up, 50,000 sign-up bonus, and then I looked at the categories, and they were comparable to the Business Plus card. I'm like, what? I have to get this card. So I signed up, and I was able to get it. So that's how it worked out. Okay. Let's see. Nate Jess is saying, do you think they will change the World of Hyatt card bonus offer soon? They just changed it. I don't think they're going to change it again. They had a better one before. What was it? Was it 50,000 before? But it was all in one shot. Like you just needed to spend the $3,000 within 3 months or something like that, and you got it. But now they changed it to that or actually maybe it was 60,000 before. I think it was 60,000 before, and now they changed it to 50,000. But they've broken it up into that tier. I don't like. That's one thing I don't like about Hyatt, the Hyatt card, is the whole tiered bonus. I don't like that. Because you have to spend for a longer period of time in order to hit that 50,000. So I don't like that. And he says, yeah, it was 60,000. Yeah. James, what's going on, buddy? You're a star of the show. Without you being talking, it wouldn't be the same. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's good. That's good feedback, guys. I appreciate it. Because I was thinking about it, but yeah, I don't want to, I don't want to upset people on a live stream like that to where they don't come back or they think, yeah, so I don't want to do that. So that's good advice, guys. I appreciate it. Let's see. 40, then 20. Oh, what was it before? Was it 40, then 20? I'm so confused. And just so you know, the World of Hyatt card that I have, I didn't get a sign-up bonus for that. I had the old card. So I had the Hyatt card, the original Hyatt card. And then what happened is they started sending me you can do a product change. I like the card that I had, but I earned more points with hotel stays with the new card. And so that was one of the reasons I switched over because of that. And then I don't know if the gym membership was on the other card. It's been so long, I can't even remember. And so they got me. And I think they did give me something. There was something that they gave me. It wasn't a lot of points, but I think they did give me something to switch over. And so I just went ahead. Might as well go with the new card. Okay, Nate Jess is saying it's tough because I got to spend 6,000 to get 50,000 points. Yeah, it's not easy. I don't like that. I don't like the way they're doing the tier thing, and I'm hoping other credit cards don't follow suit and start doing the same thing. I just think it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot. I mean, they're doing it. They're doing it because of the churners. That's why they're doing it. And it's unfortunate, and that's one of the things I always tell people, like, you want to do things I shouldn't say the right way. You don't want to try to take advantage. You want to take advantage of the offerings, but you want to do it the right way and not try to cheat the system in the sense that, like, some of the churners, it's okay if you want to churn cards. It's a free world, as they say. You do whatever you want, but you do have to understand some of that stuff does have an impact. And if you're just getting credit cards just to get the sign-up bonus and then you're never using the credit card, well, now you're hurting people who do get credit cards, and they're doing it on a conservative level where they get credit cards, they use the cards, and they earn points with it. So they'll get the sign-up bonus, but they'll also use the card. I think it's important to do that. And if you have, like, I have 8 cards, like I told you, and in those 8 cards, there are some cards that I don't use, and some cards that I will downgrade at some point because I'm not using them. But there's some people out there that have 20, 30 cards, and you can't possibly use 20 or 30 credit cards in a month. And so they are not even a month, but just period. So you have people that get them, they get the sign-up bonus, they never use the cards. So now the credit card companies are looking at it, they're like, well, we're going to have to clamp down, or we're going to have to make it so they're using the card for a longer period of time in order to get the sign-up bonus, or drop the sign-up bonuses down to something less. So people I mean, in a sense, I guess the churners, now you're going to have to get even more credit cards. So, yeah, it does hurt everyone in a sense when it comes down to it. When you have people that are just getting, and some people, they just hoard the points too. They're churners and they get all these credit cards and they hoard all these points and they're not even using the points. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Michael, let's see, Nate. Nate, the high card is what will finish off 524 for me. I hope the. Okay, so Michael just said that he's going to be getting it's going to end his 524, so that'll be his last card to round out his 524, the World of Hyatt card. Solid liquid credit card companies need churners. So they need churners. Why do they need churners? I'm interested to know this because I think they lose money on churners. And because they make money on merchants, so they make money when you use their card. And so they're banking on that, and they're banking on the fact that you don't pay your credit card off every month, so they'll make money and interest that way. So needing churners, basically churners are just jumping in there, spending for that first 3 months, getting that sign-up bonus, which is like $50,000 or whatever it is, and then never using the card again. So they're not going to make money on merchants. They're not going to make money on people that don't pay their credit cards off every month, which I'm against. Like, you should pay your credit card off every month. You should never pay that interest. So I'm on board when it comes to that. Never give the banks your money when it comes to that. Always pay your credit cards off. So never carry a balance. But I use the cards, so the merchants they're still getting the merchant fees. So I would I would disagree with you, Solid. But if you want to elaborate on how you think churners, how you think credit card companies need churners, or why you think they need churners, please feel free to put it in the chat and we'll discuss it. But yeah, I think they're losing money from the churners, and that's probably why that's why they have these different things in place. 524 rule is another example. Like, you have the 524 rule. Why do you have a 524 rule? Why can't I just get as many cards as I want? Well, they're trying to cut back on people who are just getting the cards, getting the sign-up bonus, never using the card, and then waiting and then canceling the card, and then kind of going back and forth. Matter of fact, if credit card companies are onto that and they think that that's something that you're doing, they'll shut you down. They'll shut down all your points and your cards and everything. So it's not something that they like, that's for sure. I don't think they need them. I think they tolerate them to a certain extent, and then they try to do these different things in order to curtail all the stuff that's going on. All right, guys, if you guys are in the room and you have not hit the like button, please do so. We're at 45 likes, and our goal is to hit 50 likes in this video. That way we can promote it out to more people during the live stream, as well as in the rebroadcast. It will promote it to more and more people so they can see it. I've been getting some really good responses in after the show. So I do have a following of people who might not catch the live stream, but they're able to catch the show on the back end. Another thing, which I should have mentioned at the beginning of the video, I will be putting timestamps, and I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, but I didn't do it for all my videos. But I will be putting timestamps on the things that I say that we're going to discuss. So if I say we're going to discuss this Marriott Bonvoy, I'll put a timestamp to that, because I realize I come in, I talk a little bit about what we're going to talk about, I do shout outs, so I'm not always just going straight to the topic. So I will put a timestamp in the description so you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. Whatever it is, whatever the topic is. And so I'm in the process of going back to some of the older videos that I put out, and the topics that we discuss, I will put timestamps in there. So you'll probably have 2 or 3 timestamps. It's actually really good when you have the timestamps, because all you do is you go to the description and you'll see numbers. So you'll see a time, and and it's a link. That time is a link. You just click that link and it takes you right to that section. So I'll have the time, and then I'll have whatever it is. So it'll say time, it'll say Marriott Bonvoy, off-peak, peak, or whatever I'm going to put, and then so you just click on it, it takes you right to it. So I'm in the process of going back to some of my older videos and setting that up. Initially, I said I was going to do it, and I did it for a couple of videos, but then I started realizing that I had a list of like 10 different timestamps of all the different things I talked about, and I don't want to do it that way. If it's something that I think is important, then I will put a timestamp on it. But if it's just like every different topic that I talk about, yeah, it's just too much. So, and I don't want to bombard people with just like a bunch of like a list full of things that I have on the in the video. So I'm going to try to be a little more selective on what I put on there. Okay, James, let's see. Would you be willing to do a live award booking show someday? The only problem that I have with a award booking is I have my information on there and I can't block it out. So what I've been thinking about two different ways to do it. Well, one way that I'm doing it for sure, and I've actually tried to do this already, and I was using two screens and I messed it up. So one thing that I will do is I will do a live screen capture, not a live screen capture, but I will do a video on me booking my next trip to Colombia. So I'll show you guys everything that I do, going from transferring points over from Chase over to United, booking the flight, showing you what I look at all that. So I'm gonna do that. So it'll be an extensive video on just how I book everything. That way I can edit it, I can black out the areas that need to be blacked out and do it that way. Doing it live, the only problem is that it's live. So I can't, if I'm scrolling down and it has my account number for United, it's gonna show on there. So that information, obviously you want to keep your information safe. So stuff like that, I don't want to have that on there, or even the last four digits of which I guess last four digits of your credit card is not something that's really, it's not that secretive. But even still, I want to be able to control all that. So that's what would make it hard. The other thing that I was thinking about too, and I might do this as well, is just take a screen capture. So when I'm doing the video, actually not even when I'm doing the video, so I can shoot the whole video, the edited video, and then take screen captures of the different steps, and then come on live. That way it's already blocked out. Come on live and then walk you guys through a live stream of how I did it as well. So that way it'll be, and that's probably, that is what I'll do. So I will do a video. I'll edit the video, I'll put the video out so everyone can just watch the video, and then I'll do a live stream. I'll do a screen capture of the different steps, and then I'll do a live stream of that. That way, if you guys have questions, okay, well, why did you do this instead of that? Then you guys can ask me, real time, and then I can answer the reason why I did what I did. Good thing about the trip that I'm booking is hopefully, I have to, God, I need to actually do that booking, but I'm doing a stopover. The plan is to do a stopover, so I can show you that process of how you do the multi-city and all that, so you can see how to do a stopover, which is a really valuable tool. Flying on United, doing stopovers, it's a good thing because it allows you to go to another destination, and if you do everything right, or not even, I won't say do everything right. If they have available space, you don't have to pay for one of your flights. You don't have to use any points. You just pay the taxes and fees, which is usually like $5 or something. So I'll show you that process. I've already looked up the flight and everything, so I know everything is available, or at least it was available last week. So when I book it, I'll be able to show you guys. Okay, solid. Let's see. So he's got a response here. 524 slows down churners, but if they want to get rid of them, they could have taken Amex life time measures. Yeah, they could. But let's see. How is it good, though? Let's see. There has to be some kind of metric that churners help to pad for their sign-up goals. Okay, I don't know if I understand exactly what you're saying there. Yeah, but you're saying that they're good. I just wanted to kind of pick your brain about that. How are they good? How are churners good for banks? Let's see. Bobby, what's going on? IHG said they will match me honors sign up bonus because I'm still within the 3-month minimum spend. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I remember that. You talked about that last week. So they will match it. So that's good. So you'll get the sign up bonus like everyone. That's cool. Okay, Choco, let's see. Uh, I don't always catch lives because you interact with them with the TC clan. What? uh, okay. Wait, I don't even understand where this came from. But anyway, Choco is saying, I don't always catch the lives because you interact with the TEC clan. Interact with the TEC clan is what makes it unique and keep people engaged. You don't sound like a sponsor credit card pusher. Okay. All right. I guess that's a good thing. Those are compliments, right? But no, I don't. I'm not big on like pushing credit cards to people, especially if you don't. I mean, you need to be responsible when it comes to credit cards, obviously. And there are some people that can't not handle credit cards. So I'm just here telling you my experience, and I'm the first one to tell you, don't get a bunch of credit cards. Just don't do it. Over time, over years, 10 years, you might accumulate, a large or a number of credit cards. But the way that I do it is I'm only getting credit cards that I use. And if I'm not using those credit cards, then I'll downgrade those credit cards at some point. But when I need to get a credit card, that's when I'll get them. I don't just get them just to get the sign-up bonuses on them, unless those sign-up bonuses are 100,000, and they're worth 100,000. Like you have some Hilton cards that are sign-up bonuses 100,000, but really it's not as valuable as 100,000 because that 100,000 might, if you're lucky, get you 3-4 nights at a nice hotel. But yeah, I only get credit cards when I need them. That's my motto. So I'm not pushing, churning, and getting all these cards. And okay, all right, go Amex. That's what David's saying. Michael, let's see. I was outside 3 months, but in the 6-month secondary bonus for IHG, and I just wanted the IHG multiplier. It was turned down. Oh, okay, that's unfortunate. Okay, Team Amex, Julio saying, cool. Yeah, one day we'll jump into American Express, but right now, I'm all about Chase, and I think you guys have Chase cards too. I know David has a Chase Sapphire Reserve, so he's not all Amex. He does have some Chase cards. Get what works for you though. So if Amex is what works for you, by all means, enjoy. If Chase is what works for you, enjoy. If they both work for you, go for it. If Citi works for you, then go for Citi. All right, guys, any other questions, please put in the chat. We'll wait a few minutes here. And please, if you have not hit the like button, please do so we can get our 50 like goal here. We're close. We're at 46 right now, so we only need 4 more. So if you can hit the like button, I'd really appreciate it. And Michael's saying, at least you don't hide your bias. You know what's funny? I like the American Express Gold card. I think is an excellent card, and so I'm not anti American Express. I don't like Citi. I'll tell you that. I'm not a fan of Citi, but American Express, I think they have good cards. I just haven't gotten there yet. So a lot of my experience, I don't have any experience with American Express. I have experience with Chase, so that's what I talk about the majority of the time. I think Chase is an ecosystem that you should consider. I think everyone should consider that. I think it's the first ecosystem that you should consider because of 524. And I think it's worth it to get Chase cards, at least up front. Get a few Chase cards, the Chase Sapphire. If you're traveling, Chase Sapphire Reserve, get a Chase Freedom, the Chase Freedom and the regular Chase Freedom card. And then get get a United Explorer card, World of Hyatt card. Like those 4 cards, I think are really solid cards to have for a Chase ecosystem, and they will allow you to travel. And if you use those cards on a regular, you're going to earn points every year, and you're going to be able to. Those points are going to go a long way. For the last 3 years, this has been my ecosystem, and I haven't had a need. I travel 3 to 4 times a year. I haven't had a need to get cards just for sign-up bonuses. I just haven't had a need. Now, I've been lucky. Like, I've gotten some of the Chase Ink cards, and they've given me some sign-up bonuses with those cards, but I haven't had a need. Eventually, you'll get down to a point where, yeah, I need to get some other cards. And it's good to have different ecosystems as well. It's not good to just have a Chase ecosystem. What I have right now is good for me, but what if something happens with that? What if they shut my account down? I don't know. Anything can happen, right? So it's good to have different ecosystems to pull from. So American Express is definitely going to be on my list, but I haven't gotten there yet. And so, yeah, that's the way that I feel about the whole thing. But it is good to have different ecosystems. Like what David has, he's doing the right thing. He's got some Chase cards, but he also has American Express cards. So he has variety. He has flexibility. If they shut one of his ecosystems down, he still has another ecosystem. He can do the one-way ticket to destination and then do another ticket back using different ecosystems. So that does help. It definitely helps. Okay. Let's see here. Julio's saying, TC, I want the Chase cards, but until Chase removes me from the blacklist. Okay, so he's waiting on that blacklist. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Hopefully that happens soon. Maybe get a Chase account, Chase checking account or something, and maybe they'll start sending you more like flyers and stuff like that. Flyers, mailers, and maybe they'll have like pre-approval stuff there. And David said, "Hey, Max, till I die. Chase is a scam." Whatever. Whatever, David. All right, let's see. Michael. Michael's saying that City Prestige card. Oh, I just lost my place here. That City Prestige card was going to be my longtime high annual fee card until they devalued the card. Yeah, and it's okay. The City Prestige card, I think, is still a good card. They did devalue they devalued a few things. The fourth night free, I thought that was a really good perk, and I think a lot of people really benefited from that, especially if you travel for business and you get that fourth night free, so you can use it over and over and over again. So that was good. Now they also did the whole travel insurance thing where they cut that, they cut some of that, but that doesn't bother me that much. The travel insurance, because now I'm always going to get third party travel insurance anytime I travel outside the country. So if you travel within the U.S., yeah, that's probably going to affect you. But traveling outside of the country, I'm always going to get something else. And I did a video about it. So if you guys have questions about why are you going to get third party, I kind of laid it out in the video. But in a nutshell, I want to have some type of medical emergency insurance. Or medical emergency, like fund, money, whatever. And you usually won't get that with credit cards. The Chase Sapphire Reserve will give you like $2,500. So if you break an arm or something like that, it will probably compensate you for, or that it will probably pay for that. But if it's something more major, like major stuff, like you get hit by a car or something like that, you're going to need more. So having the Chase Sapphire, having the third-party travel insurance, a lot of them will give you $10,000. Some will give you $50,000. So you have money to take care of you if you're in another country. Because I'm telling you, if you don't have cash and you're in another country and you don't have medical insurance, most medical insurance that we have in the U.S. is not going to cover us in other countries. You will be in a situation where you need to pay before they treat you. And I can imagine. We've all been in pain before, and you're just like, oh my God, I need something for this pain, and I need them to reset my arm or whatever it is, whatever they need to do. They need their money first. So having some type of third-party travel insurance is something that I think is very, very important. Until credit cards start coming over to a point where they start allowing you to have the medical insurance, or not medical insurance. I don't want to say medical insurance because people think, oh, medical insurance, it covers everything. No, like medical emergency, like a fund, like $50,000 or $10,000 or something. Until they start doing that with credit cards, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the third party. It's only like $50. $50 for the trip, that's nothing. I can go in an airport and sit down at a restaurant for two people at a restaurant and easily spend $50. Not now though with the restaurant credit. The Priority Pass restaurant credit is $30 credit, and I'm looking for them every time. That's where I'm eating. Okay, let's see, Choco. If I was 224 and setting up, let's set up your Chase ecosystem. Which card will you set up? I have the Freedom downgraded from the Chase Sapphire Preferred. I can get the Chase Sapphire Preferred, Chase Sapphire Reserve with bonus again by 4/2020. Okay, so if I'm in your situation, you said you're 224. You have the Chase Freedom card. So the Chase Freedom card is the only card that you have, and I would wait. For that upgrade to the Chase Sapphire Reserve. I would wait until April of 2020. Other cards you can consider, I would look at, if you can qualify for the business cards, I would look at the Chasing cards. Those would be good cards to get. If you're traveling right now, maybe look at getting the United Explorer card and the World of Hyatt card. Those would be two that I would be looking at. Those are cards you can get right now and use them right now. I would save up all the points. I would use that Chase Freedom card for the rotating categories. Save up all those points. Don't cash them out. So save them. And then at some point, when you get the Chase Sapphire Reserve or the Chase Sapphire Preferred, I recommend getting the Chase Sapphire Reserve if you can. Then you can transfer those points from Chase Freedom up. So right now, while you're waiting to get the Chase Sapphire Reserve, because that's the one I think you should get. While you're waiting for that, I would get the United Explorer and the World of Hyatt card, and then hit those sign-up bonuses, and then you'll have points in both those accounts, and then you can use that for travel while you wait to get the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So that's how I would go about it. And then that would be 1, 2, 3. So you have 3 slots, right? So yeah, that would work out just fine. The ink cards, they don't take up a slot. So if you can qualify for those are cards to consider. But then the World of Hyatt would take up a slot, the United Explorer would take up a slot, and then the Chase Sapphire Reserve would round out your 524 there. So I think that would work. Okay, and Choco's saying Chase Ink Cash, Chase Ink Unlimited. Which do you recommend for my ecosystem? So the Chase Ink Cash, I would do the Chase Ink Cash. Chase Ink Cash is an excellent card, and it's in my mind the Chase Ink Unlimited. They had to do like not the Chase Ink Unlimited. That wasn't even the Chase Ink Unlimited. That was the Chase Freedom Unlimited. They did the sign up, the 3 points for every $1 spent for the first year. They no longer do that, but yeah, the Chase Ink Unlimited. It's a great, God, I can't say it's a great card. It's a good card to fill in those little gaps. So if you're in a category where you can only get 1 point for every $1 spent, well, you can use that, you get 1.5. So it does fill in that gap, but I highly recommend getting that Chase Ink Cash card. That's an excellent card. At office supply stores, you get 5 points for every $1 spent. They cap it off at $25,000, but usually you'll probably be okay. You're probably not going to spend $25,000 in office supply stores, so you'll be good. It's just an all-around good card. You use it for your utilities, so your cable, your internet, your cell phone. You can use it for those. You're going to get 5 points for every $1 spent in those categories. You do that spend every year. Or every year. You do that spend every month. So yeah, it's just great. And then you get the sign-up bonus, the $50,000. So I would recommend the Chase Ink Cash. And David saying City Prestige is 2 times the card Chase Sapphire Reserve. all right. That's David saying that. Let's see. James is saying, if you are over 524 and you get pre-approved for an offer from Chase, do you think it is safe to apply for that Chase card? My third question today. No problem, James. Just feel free to shoot with any questions. I wouldn't apply. That's just me personally. If I'm already at 524, I pretty much know it's probably going to be, I'm not going to get it. Maybe you go and branch. that would be an option. So you get a flyer, you go in the branch and you tell them, hey, I got this pre-approval. I was wondering if I was able to get this card, and maybe they can do like a soft pull, like do some look into it and say, oh yeah, you apply. I don't know. I wouldn't. I mean, I guess even if you do apply and you get turned down, they're not going to do you're not going to be hurt in any way. So I guess you could still try it. But if you really want to get the card, I would probably go in branch and see. That's a way that I would handle that. If you already know you're 524, then there's a likelihood that you might get declined. I would go in branch, and you might have a person that can flip the switch for you. I have heard of people that are over 524. They go into branch and they're fine, and they're able to get the card. So I think that might have it could only help. It's not going to hurt you, because if you're not going to get it, you're already not going to get it. But if you go in branch, you might have an opportunity to get it. And I know I say go in branch, and I realize that Chase is not everywhere. And some people have told me that like there's no Chase Bank nearby. In California, we have Chase everywhere. Like they're all over. Like they're everywhere. I'm trying to think of like what to compare it to. I was going to say McDonald's, but no, it's not even compared to McDonald's is everywhere. But Chase, they have a lot of Chase banks out here in Southern California. Okay, Mike is saying, or let's see, doing boss cards do you have? Okay, so Brian's asking about David's cards, and Michael's saying Chase Inc. Unlimited 50,000 sign-up bonus. Yeah, no annual fee. So it's good. It's good that it has a 50,000 sign-up bonus, but they're the same. They're the Chase Inc. Cash and the Chase Inc. Unlimited. They're in the same category when it comes down to it, because they both give you 50,000 sign-up bonus. They both have no annual fee, but that Chase Inc. Cash card gives you just some more extra added perks. Okay, Justin, even if you get just one card every 2 or 3 months, you can build points for upcoming trips. Sad to see you leaving points on the table. So I generally get a card on average every 3 to 4 months is usually what I'm doing. But like I said, I work long term. I'm not getting cards that I can't use in the future. So if I really want to know, like, okay, if I'm getting this card, I'm getting it for a reason. I don't feel the sense that I'm leaving points on the table, because it's meeting my needs. I'm traveling. Like I travel 3 to 4 times a year. I never have any issues when it comes to points, thinking like, oh, I don't have enough points to do this trip. In the last 3 years I've done this, I've never been in that situation. So there's no desperation for me to get more and more and more points. The everyday spend that I do right now, using the cards that I have right now, over a year's time, I'm able to accrue plenty of points. And so that's the way that I look at it. I'm not in the game to have a bunch of different credit cards. That's just not my game. So even if it's every 2 to 3 months, that's it. I get what I need. I don't get more than I need. So that's just the way. That's just my style. That's the way that I do it. And I don't want to be in a situation. I do want to have different ecosystems. So I do want to have some American Express cards when I feel a need to get them. But I don't want to be in a situation where I have all these cards. Even if I downgrade the cards and there's 0 annual fee and I'm not using them, I don't want to have all these cards that I'm just not using. They're just sitting there. The only positive to it, and this is over time. So if I'm looking at, let's say every 3 to 4 months I get a new card. So I get 3 new cards every year. Let's say that. So eventually, yeah, looking down the road, 10 years from now, I'll have 30 cards if I do it, religiously that way. And I'll have to at some point downgrade those cards. I don't want to cancel any accounts because I want to keep the credit limits open. That way it will, my utilization will go down. So at some point, yes, 10 years down the road, I might have a lot of cards. That's very possible. And so at that point, then that's when you look at, I'll have to look at it at that point. But right now, it's working for me. There's no, for me, this is a long game. I'm not trying to rush into just jumping on getting cards. Okay, and Justin's asking, can also get started with Amex business cards, which don't count against 524. I'm not worried about 524. I'm not at this point. I have the Chase cards that I need. I'm at 024 right now. I don't have any. I have my last four cards were all business cards. So I got the. Let's see if I can do it in the right order. The Chase Ink Business Plus, that was the first card that I got. That was sometime last year. I got the Chase Ink Unlimited. Then I got the Chase United Explorer Business Card, and then I got the last card there. What was it? The Chase Ink Cash Card. So the last four cards that I got, they were all business cards. Prior to that, it had been I think it had been like a year. I don't have. I've already checked my FICO score and I did the credit pull. Not the credit pool. God, I can't think right now. I looked at my credit report, and it's been over 2 years since the last personal card that I opened. So I don't have any cards right now when it comes to 524. So 524 is not an issue. Like it really isn't. I still have slots that are open for me. So at some point I'll start moving again and getting some different cards. Another thing too you want to think about too is if you're in the process of getting a new car, getting a house, mortgage and stuff like that, you don't want to have a lot of different accounts that have been open within a short period of time. They look at that, and that will affect you getting a mortgage or getting a car. So just be mindful of that too. So okay. Choco's saying, I have the Ink Cash and the Unlimited already. I'm wondering on business cards. So if you have those two already, then you can also consider the Preferred. The Chase Ink Business Preferred. That's a 80,000 sign-up bonus. Really good card. And so, yeah, something to consider. That 80,000 sign-up bonus is the best sign-up bonus that's out right now when it comes to, I think, all Chase cards. 80,000 sign-up bonus is the highest. Okay. And Michael's saying that, Chasing Business Preferred. Okay, so any other questions, guys? What? How does Michael keep gaining on me when I haven't got off the stream? I don't know. Is he gaining on you? Or is it just even? Maybe he's putting more stuff in the chat. Let's see. It was you were at 5. I think I have to refresh this, but you were at 542. He was at 443. Let's see what it is now. No, he's not gaining. What did I say? What were the numbers for? You guys are still with it. He's 79 points behind you. I can't even remember what I just said. 443 and 5. What? Yeah, I can't remember what I said, but I think the spread is still still pretty even. Let me know. Somebody remember what I said. I should have wrote it down. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think he's any closer. Yeah, he's in the 500s, but you're still in the 500s. All right, enough of that. Any questions, guys? Any other questions? He said, "No worries, you will win." Yeah, I'm gonna do a live stream. I'm gonna have it unlisted, and I'm gonna send it just to just to Michael, and we'll just sit on a live stream for a few hours. All right, so we got to 50 likes. I appreciate that, everyone, for the likes. And like I said on the back end, not the back end, but when this replays, usually it gets a really good response when there's at least 50 likes. And that's what I've been seeing. It's funny because you start learning different things when you start doing all these different videos, live streams, and all that, and so you kind of know, like, oh, okay, this video is going to do well because it got 50 likes, and YouTube is, for the most part, they're going to start promoting it because of that, or continue promoting it, I should say. Okay. And Michael's saying gaining where? Yeah, I don't think he gained very much, if any. Okay, United Chase Business Cards is 100,000 sign-up bonus. Uh, the United one? No. Is it? Is it 100,000? I think maybe it is. They had something weird though. You needed to spend like 20,000 or something. When I got it, it was 75,000. The sign-up bonus was 75,000, and that was, yeah, it is 100,000 now. Oh, we talked about it last week. God, I just forgot about it. Yeah, it was 75,000, but I only needed to spend, I think it was five. I say only 5,000 within the first 3 months, and then I was able to hit that 75,000. So yeah, this one now it's 50,000. 50,000 after spending $5,000 within the first 3 months, and then if you spend 25,000 total in purchases in 6 months, then you get that additional 50,000. So you have to have a business going there, right? You're probably not going to be able to. I mean, I guess you could manufacturer spend. I don't recommend it, but I guess you could do that if you really wanted to try to do that, you could. James, I know you have a business, so you would probably be able to hit that. And that's a really good sign up bonus, so but you need to put money out there for that. Okay. And Nathan Jess is saying I should be up there too. You are up there, man. You're up there. You're up there. Yeah, you guys are too much. Just wait until next month when we reset everything and everyone's gonna be like, oh. So we'll see. All right. And Nathan Jess is saying, you have to spend big money, but you get that 100,000. Yeah, United card, 25,000 spin. Yeah. And I like, I started looking at that United card. I have the United business. I just started looking at the regular United card. And that's a good card for beginners. It's a really good card for beginners. And I hadn't really looked at it before as much as I'm looking at it now. Like I think we were doing a review and we looked at it last week, but the fact that you can get that card, and let's look at it real quick before we go. This will be the last thing we look at, but I just think it's good for people who are new to travel credit cards. And I think getting a airline branded credit card is probably your best bet when you're first starting out. And the reason that I say that is you don't have to worry about transfer partners. You don't have to worry about travel portals. You pretty much get what you get. Like you don't have to. It's kind of it's a way to ease yourself in. When you get like the Chase cards, Chase Ink Business, the Chase Sapphire Preferred, Chase Sapphire Reserve, the Venture card, the City Premier, the City Prestige, the American Express Gold, American Express Platinum. When you get these cards, you have to know how to maneuver your points. At least you're going to want to know how to maneuver your points into different airline accounts and different hotel brands and stuff like that. So by getting a card like the Explorer card, you don't have to do that. Your points are there. You can use your points. So it's a little easier. Now, you might not get the best value. You can get better value when you have these flexible points that I can transfer into different chains, hotel chains and airline partners. But it's probably the easiest to learn how to use. So let's look at the card real quick. I just want to go over it because I think for beginners, I used to say that Venture card is the best card to get because it gives you this, it gives you that. 2 points every dollar spent across the board. You don't have to worry about it. You just use your card, and you're going to get 2 points every dollar spent, and that is good. And I still agree with that. The Chase Sapphire Preferred is another card. I say it's a good beginner card because if you want to get in the Chase ecosystem, you're already there. But now, looking at the United card, I would get the United card over that Chase Sapphire Preferred. I don't think the Chase Sapphire Preferred is a good card for beginners because eventually I think you're probably going to want to go up to the Chase Sapphire Reserve. And the fact that you want to go up to Chase Sapphire Reserve, I think you should get some other cards. before and then get the Chase Sapphire Reserve instead of getting the Chase Sapphire Preferred, waiting a year and then bumping up to the Chase Sapphire Reserve, not hitting another sign up, not getting a sign up bonus for it. So I think it's a little wait. Like what I'm saying is, let's say you don't get the Chase Sapphire Preferred, but you get the United Explorer card. You get the United Explorer card, you get the, 40,000 sign up bonus. So you get the 40,000 sign up bonus for that. And then you can get that Chase Sapphire Reserve card at any time. And you get the Chase Sapphire Reserve card and you get the sign up bonus for that. Compared to getting the Chase Sapphire Preferred, getting the sign up bonus for that, which I think it's 60,000 now. And then if you do want to upgrade later and get the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you have to wait a year and you won't get the sign up bonus with that. So you're missing out on points, I think. So looking at the United card, it's in the middle here. I can't find another one where it's just by itself. So we'll just look at this one real quick. So you're going to get two miles for every dollar spent at restaurants, hotels, and United purchases. So that's pretty good. So for a traveler, we all go out. I mean, when you travel, you're eating out for the most part, unless you have like an Airbnb or something and you buy all your food. But most of us, we're going to eat out. So you get 2 points for every dollar spent at restaurants. Not the best, but it's something, right? It's equivalent to what you're going to get with the Chase Sapphire Preferred. It's equivalent to what you'll get with the Venture card. You'll also get 2 points for every dollar spent in hotels. Again, not the best, but it'll do. It'll do for now. Like if you're a beginner, it'll do. You'll be able to earn points with it, so it's okay. And then United purchases. This is low. I get it. 2 points for every dollar spent. It's not the best with United, but you still get something. You get the free check bag, which I think is a huge benefit. You get the 2 one-time passes at the United Club. Now this is good, I think, for beginners because it exposes you to lounges. Like you're able to go and stay in a lounge. And most people, like when I first started out, I had no idea about what lounges were all about. I didn't know what was behind those doors. So at least this will give you some exposure. You can get in there and you can see, okay, lounges are pretty cool. Getting the Chase Sapphire Reserve will allow me to get Priority Pass, which will allow me to go to even more lounges. So it kind of exposes you to that. So I think that's a good thing that they give you the 2 passes. Now, I understand United Club lounges are not the best, but you will at least be able to, I think most people will be able to see the difference. You'll be able to see that even a mediocre lounge is better than sitting in the regular terminal. And when you travel to other countries, some of these airports, they don't have AC, not in the regular terminal. Some of these places they might have AC, but you can't feel it. It feels like you're just out in hot, humid weather. So what I do notice though, because I go to Panama all the time, every time I go, not every time, but a lot of times when I go to Colombia, I go to Panama and that's my layover. And I'll do like 3-4 hours in Panama and then I'll fly into Colombia. So getting off the airport or getting into the terminal in Panama, for whatever reason, they might have air conditioning, but I don't feel it. I don't feel it in the regular terminal. I don't know what's going on. But when I go to the lounges, I feel the AC. So maybe it's because it's such a large space, you can't feel the AC. It just can't, it's not powerful enough for you to feel it. But when you go into the lounge, you can feel the AC. I'm big on being comfortable. I want to be comfortable. So even a mediocre lounge, even if they didn't have anything in there, but they had AC, I would still be good. AC and internet, I'm good. So just something else to think about. But allowing you to have those 2 passes, I think it exposes you to lounges, and maybe it'll change your mind about getting like a higher level card, a tier, what I call a level 3 card, a card that gets you lounge access. Larger annual fee, but it will give you the lounge access. Okay, so 40,000 sign-up bonus, and that's after spending $2,000 within the first 3 months. This is something else that's good. If you're a beginner, you're not going to really know. You might not know, like, can I really spend $2,000 in 3 months? Am I able to do that? So this is a little better than getting a Chase Sapphire Preferred, where you have to spend I think it's $3,000 within the first 3 months, either $3,000 or $4,000. So you might not be comfortable, might not know if you spend that much in that period of time. But $2,000 I think is a little more reasonable. And most airline branded credit cards are going to be lower, so it'll be $2,000. Some of them, like the JetBlue card, I think it's either $1,500 or $1,000. So that's really good. Okay, so we talked about the earn possibility, 2 miles, United purchases, and then restaurants and hotel accommodations. So that's good. The passes we looked at, the free check bag, that goes a long way. Priority boarding, this is something I really like. So that's another thing that you might not think about when you're first starting out getting travel credit cards. You might think, oh, I don't really need I don't need a priority boarding. I can just board when everybody else does. And you still are boarding pretty much when everybody else does, because a lot of people do have priority boarding, but you're still one of the first people on the plane. So you have, like, they usually have a line. United will have a line for the priority boarding. And so you just need to know, okay, priority boarding, I go line up in group 2. And then you just go ahead and wait in that line. So you can still be priority boarding, but be at the back of the line and still get on. Either a lot of people have already gotten on. My thing when it comes to priority boarding, the big thing for me is I usually have a carry-on and a personal item. I want to be able to stow those away, and I don't want to have to worry about not having any overhead space. So that's why I like getting on the plane early, or for one of the first ones on the plane. So priority boarding, I like that. That's big for me. And you might not understand that. You might not know that you need that as a beginning traveling, but then you'll realize, okay, yeah, priority boarding is much better. Global entry. This is another thing you might not realize. Global entry is really going to help you out when you travel. So being able to have that travel credit, I think it's good. The fact that they waive this $95 annual fee, the card is a $95 annual fee. They waive it for the first year. That's good. Chase Sapphire Preferred no longer does that. So the fact that they waive it, that's great. You get global entry, you get TSA pre-check, so you can speed through the lines a lot faster. So that's good. And it says, now I know here, and this is kind of misleading, it does say up to $100 global entry or TSA pre-check fee credit. Now, if you get global entry, you will get TSA pre-check with global entry. So the thing is, you want to get global entry. So it's not going to be one or the other if you go with global entry. But if you do go with TSA pre-check is $85. So they'll give you an $85 credit, but you will not get global entry with that. So if you get global entry, you're getting both. If you get TSA pre-check, yes, you're only getting TSA pre-check. So it's a little misleading because they say global entry or TSA pre-check. Well, I guess it's not misleading. It is global entry or TSA pre-check, but what they don't tell you is you get TSA pre-check with global entry. 25% back on United in-flight purchases. So that's decent. I've seen better. JetBlue has a much better plan. You get 50% off in-flight purchases. So if I'm purchasing food on the plane, I get 50% off. That's really good. No blackout dates. So that is good. But what they do is they kind of have what we talked about with Marriott, peak and off-peak, I guess. So they'll have off-peak time, like the saver seats, where just for example, it's $20,000 to fly one way to Colombia. On peak time, or when they run low on seats, then it is $50,000 to fly one way, which is ridiculous. And it even gets to the point where it's so ridiculous that an economy seat is $50,000, and then you look right next to it, it'll be $35,000, and that seat will be a business class seat. So believe it or not, you pay more if you want to fly economy at certain times. Like I said, the algorithms or whatever they do to determine how many points you're going to need to use. Sometimes you'll see economy 50, and then you'll see 35,000 for business. Okay. And then you have the purchase protection, the luxury hotels. This experience here, I have not used this yet, so I can't really talk about that. But a really good card for a beginner. I think this is an excellent card to get, and you get that zero annual fee for the first year. And I think that's another thing that's big too, because not all of us know what we're like. When I first got started, I didn't know what I was doing. The first card I got was the City Premier card, and looking back on it, it wasn't the right card to get. I should have either gotten an airline branded card, which that was my second card, or I should have gone with Chase. But yeah, definitely a good card to consider. I think if you are getting into the game when it comes to travel credit cards, as a beginner, that card is a really good card to get. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and round it out. Any other questions here? Let's see. Where are we? Where are we? Okay. Any questions specifically for me? I'll answer those questions real quick. If not, then we're going to go ahead and take off. Oh, Champ, what's going on, buddy? He says, sorry for the last minute question, but let's see, what would be your move if Hyatt changes their rates to match Marriott? Good question. I hope they don't. I don't think they will. Hyatt can't compete with Marriott, IHG, and Hilton when it comes to the footprint. So I think they have to have something extra. I think they have to be lower. It's kind of like the airlines. So you have JetBlue, then you have Delta, you have Delta. God, I forgot all the legacy carriers. Delta, American Airlines, and United. So you have the legacy carriers, right? Some of them fly. I mean, they fly to some of the same destinations, but the legacy carriers have much more power. They have a footprint all over the world, right? So usually JetBlue, Southwest, you can get better deals. That's they're the economy flights, right? The economy airline. And so I think Hyatt is kind of in that same situation. They give you comparable customer service. If not, I think Hyatt's customer service is better than my experience with some of the other hotels or hotel chains. And I think because they don't have a large footprint like that, they do have to kind of have some more things to have people loyal to them. So I don't see them raising their points up to match what what Marriott's doing. And yeah, I just don't see it. If it did happen, then yeah, I would have to look at like, okay, well, which one? And at that point, that's when you have to look. You have with the Chase ecosystem, you have IHG, you have Marriott, and you have Hyatt. Which one do you use? That's what it would come down to. So, but I probably would stay at hotels much less and stay at Airbnbs more. That's what I would probably do if that was the situation. And even now, when I go for a 10-day trip, I'm looking for Airbnb. I really am. I'm not looking to stay in a hotel for 10 days. I would much rather stay in an Airbnb, something that's more like home, something where I can go buy groceries, bring it back, have a full fridge where I can put groceries in there and cook my food. Not all the time, but have an opportunity to cook food and wash my clothes. And so if I'm going on a 10-day trip, that's what I'm looking for. This trip that I'm going to Colombia in October, I will stay at a Hyatt Regency in Bogota for 3 days, and then I'm going to Medellin for 7, and those 7 days I'll do it in an Airbnb. So yeah, it's not the end of the world if Hyatt shuts down tomorrow. It really isn't. I'll have to improvise and move on. But I like them right now. I think they have a good setup, good system, and they, like I said, loyalty, right? Like I'll look for different destinations where there are Hyatt properties, and especially if it's my first time there. I'll look and I'll say, okay, you know what? I'll go to Paris and I can stay at the Hyatt Regency there, or most major cities you're going to have a Hyatt, but I'm just saying, like if it's a smaller city, I might stay in the major city because they have a Hyatt compared to staying in a smaller city because they don't. So that's kind of how I work that. All right, guys, any other questions? We'll wait 2 more minutes and then we'll go ahead and sign off here. I appreciate all you guys stopping by. I think we had a really good show today. Had a lot of people in the room, and we hit the 50 likes, which is great. And if you guys have any questions, I will be doing those polls. So just be on the lookout for the polls. I like doing those for some reason. It's enjoyable to put a poll out there and see how people respond. I do see a lot of new faces though in the poll, so I know it's not just people from our live streams. So that's good, and it's just interesting to see like how people respond to different things, like the Apple Card. Like I knew kind of how that poll would play out, but still wasn't sure exactly how many people were interested in getting that card or not. So I think it's a good thing. So we'll be doing more polls, so you'll see that. especially if it's something that maybe I want to talk about on the show. I might put that in as a poll. Hey, which one would you rather talk about, this or this? And then we can do a poll on that. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys, let me check one more time here. Yes, the poll's on YouTube, and let me just post a link. I don't know how to. I guess I can put in the WhatsApp group. I can do that. Just send you guys the link when I put out a poll. What I plan on doing, I didn't do it on this stream, but in the future, I'll start doing. I'll ask about a poll, or I'll poll you guys right there. I'll just say, hey, what do you guys think about this? Go over to the link and then put your answer in, or vote for the poll, and then you can put a comment in if you want to do that. So we'll start doing that. I want to do that at the beginning of the video, and then at the end, then we can look at the results. I think that would be cool too. All right, guys. Thank you guys for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Let's see, Marriott peak off peak pricing is a good thing. So why do you put that at the very end, Dave? We've been talking about this thing the whole time. Yeah, I don't know. I don't agree. I think it's going to be bad because I don't think there's going to be very many off peak. I think it just gives them an opportunity to really take all your points. They can really push that peak, and then off peak you'll get it every once in a while, but it's not really going to be available very often. And then they'll have some standards available, and then the peak is going to be the majority of it. So that's just the way I think. Okay, guys, thank you guys for stopping by. I will talk to you guys on Monday. So I'm not sure exactly how we'll format Monday. I need to talk to Jason first to see. Last I talked to him, he was good to go. I haven't talked to him in a couple of days, so I just want to see if everything's good to go. But we'll be doing a live stream on Monday. I will let you know as far as time goes and all that. So we'll have that all factored in, so we'll know exactly when the time is. I'll put that out to all of you guys. I might even jump on a live stream tomorrow if I have more information and just talk a little bit about the live stream we'll do on Monday. So kind of give you one live stream on Sunday and then promote the live stream on Monday. All right, guys, talk to you later. Bye.